all night.
We
All
love
right, I
you.
deserve that one.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right.
Hi guys, welcome to another Sunday here with the Goofy Cast next to me. In ages past, I am your DM, AJ, and I have 4 traditional faces that you all know and love, and 1 slightly recurring and new face to have here with us, as we shall introduce all of them to you, starting, of course, with ladies first.
That's me. My name's Kayla. I play Valindra. She's the half elf, half tiefling, undying warlock, packed to the chain, and she has the cutest little fennec fox named Winnie, and he is her ever-loving companion and the greatest of us all.
Darn tootin', as you kind of started a
Darn
little...
tootin'.
You started with a little kind of, that. But yeah. Next up, we have
I
our
enjoy it.
big blue beast.
Hello, my name's Scott, and I'll be playing Varkesh Stormcaller, the half Dragon Forge cleric.
Yes. Now, instead of having to say the other part of your breed. Now, the Blackbird.
Hey y'all, I'm Cody and I'm playing Rook, the half half tiefling Inquisitor.
Lock it in.
Pro.
That's all night now. You did that to yourself. Lock that in.
I didn't start it. That was Kayla.
Yokel
of you.
bird.
Sorry, y'all.
Also, I think it's important to note that Winnie is clearly the big bad.
Oh my god.
And our 4th yokel here.
Yokel.
Oh, hi. My name's Connor, and I'm playing Smoky Cloud, the half Tabaxi, half Fire Ganassi Abjuration Wizard.
And...
Also, he didn't even fucking try.
And our newest and hello familiar face.
Ah!
What's up, everyone? My name is Kyle. You may have seen me in another show on the channel here, Tuesday nights on Hoda, right behind me here. Which, by the way, for me to do this is like out of my realm of computer capability. So I'm just going to gloat that as much as I can because I don't even know how I did that. So that's pretty fun. Anyway, but I will be playing a little gnomish Lebexi named Victor tonight this evening. For some of the players have interacted with him before, and I figured since I came in and busted down the door, why not do it in the real today? So I'm excited to join my friends. Question mark.
Yes, we shall see friend or foe what will become of the adventuring party with their reuniting encounter with Victor. Reuniting, yes. We're doing so well today. Now, of course, we operate every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we have our show with us here, as well as the ones on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with Dungeon of the Mad Mage by Chubby Cobalt and by Sean Hoda on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 6:30, but Mondays at 6. So be sure to stick around and keep an eye out for them, and the more time you spend with us here and there, you are accumulating total tabletop points. These can be used to influence the games that we have on the channel. You can purchase inspiration to help influence the dice rolls to the players here to make them save those very crucial saving throws or ability checks or attack rolls. Now, of course, with all the other ones, you can spend them there, but I think for me and all the rest of my players here, they'd rather you spend it on them. So be sure to give generously and to stick around long enough so that you can do so. But other than that and our little kind of, details set out of the way, I don't think I've forgotten anything. I think we're ready to just go back into the game. So, we'll start, of course, with a recap what happened last week. Now, you all, of course, had successfully gathered a blue dragon head stuffed into a bag of holding, allowing you not only to escape the lair, but also to do a little bit more damage just before you left as you encountered the hag in your attempts to try and be a little bit more subtle in terms of acquiring this item. Luckily for you, you made her so frustrated that she just gave up on life, basically, and left the material plane to head back to where she came from. And of course, at this time, you also acquired a few more Kobold followers for you to take back with you to Greyfall's Keep. Now, as you had yourselves reuniting with your friends back at your fortress, you also had what appeared to be your friendly neighborhood Silver Dragon come by and inform you that he was enticed by something in Varkesh, as he seemed to exhibit some kind of essence of Blue Dragon, whether it be from the head that you had kept in your bag and some of it upon you or something, but Varkesh seemed to just be a little bit more on the irritating side for his instincts, which caused him to not only inquire, but also to perhaps butt in a little bit on your business, eventually returning to you the next day, offering to give you some assistance to return to Trilak in order to clear your name, as justice must be made right. Of course, as he was ready to send you on your way, you all had a few moments of discussion to figure out what you wanted to do, how you would handle the situation that awaited you when you returned to the city. Eventually, with a bit of discussion and some planning, you were able to eventually find your questions, figure out how you wanted to approach some of the potential issues that could arise, as well as to try and reconvene with Lulu to hopefully get in without causing a disturbance. Unfortunately, as the Silver Dragon tried to send you down, there was a tiny little mishap with the teleportation spell, causing you to veer off target for quite a few miles north of the lakes above Trimac. Landing, of course, with a bit of a thump, you were able to regather yourselves after taking a bit of damage. He returned back to the Great Hall Keep, allowing you to continue the rest of your journey on your own. Eventually, you circled around the walls, meeting up with Lulu, allowing you to use the seeming spell to get inside without causing any suspicion. After going through a few of the roads, bumping some of the pedestrians with Varkesh's invisible tail as it knocked a few carts and people off their feet, you made your way to the courthouse, where inside, Lulu was able to charm the clerk in there to allow you entrance, where you met the magistrate. The brass dragon that had been sent from Alniel, from the third house, a neutral party, to oversee this case. As you went inside and dropped your disguised self to not only reveal that you were the ones who were being, accused of the crime, but to also present evidence to her in hopes that she might be willing to see the truth behind this allegation. Now, with a bit of interesting ways to try and coax favor, from dropping a few magic items on the table to trying
to coax favor. This was to get her attention for after the fact.
To also, of course, speaking with the dead dragon head, you were able to answer some of the questions, as well as bring to light some interesting facts that she wasn't too excited to hear, that a suzerain was in charge of causing this problem. Now, of course, as the last question was answered and a few things laid to rest, the doors barged open as what appeared to be a small, tiny, kitten-sized monk came through, as you recognize the very familiar Victor, as he not only barreled in headlong, he came at great speed ahead of anyone else who would try to perhaps apprehend the fugitives. Now, of course, this is where we start off, as you all are in that moment of stunned shock, looking at everyone and one another, the magistrate eyes a little wide as she stares at this sudden furball that has plowed its way into her chambers.
How far away from them am I?
Well, the chambers are not big. They're maybe 15 by 10 feet, so you're, within range of everyone.
All right, so as I fly in, I'm like, oh, there you are. Come here. And I'm going to keep flying. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm going to keep flying towards them because I see both of them, right? They're not disguised anymore?
No one's disguised.
She is.
Well, yeah, she looks like Bagheera.
Can I clothesline him with my tail as he's flying?
I'm just going to go ahead.
I don't know if you have really a monkey appendage-like tail.
It moves. It doesn't just drag.
You can try making a grapple check with disadvantage.
Oh, I shall try.
Is it like Tail from Eureka's Castle? Because that would be dope.
So, say that. Grapple check, was it?
With disadvantage. And of course, Victor...
So it's just strength then? Or
athletics with disadvantage. And Victor gets his acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, that's really bad.
That is really bad. Yeah, no, it's very hard to get a good hold on the tiny little flying fur. But eventually, as this chaos is going on, you see the magistrate looking around, keeping an eye on you, unsure as what you're doing, but you're not causing any harm yet. You just intruded, and she's waiting to see what you do.
All right, I'll fly in and kind of dodge out of the way of Varkesh's tail, and I'll land probably about 10-15 feet away from them. I can only see. I only recognize who. Who do I only recognize? Who's
literally
disguised?
only me, who is currently taking the.
Well, you recognize Varkesh. Varkesh and
Rook. Right.
You've never seen. Well, you've never seen the Smoky before.
And as I pull it out, it whistles. Where's the other one? Rook.
Do you need something, Victor? We're kind of in the middle of some important business, and I'd rather not disturb our friend here with this nonsense.
Yeah, your business is with me now.
Hi, Squishy.
No, it most definitely is not. We are in the midst of our hearing. You just so rudely barged in.
I'll give a look around real quick.
You'll notice that Smokey put himself between you and the magistrate.
I'm very confused of what's going on here right now.
Smokey, this is Victor. He was our Squishy Kitty before you.
though he's proven himself quite dull lately.
I don't appreciate these intrusions. You say your name is Victor?
Yes, Your Highness, Your Majesty, Your Honor? I don't know. They need to come with me. I have business with at least this one, and I need. And he looks around. I don't see Valindra anywhere, right?
You don't see Valindra. You see Bahira, a fire ganassi.
Just glaring at you.
Look, you are committed crimes against the city. You know. I'm just gonna keep going back and forth with my staff while I'm talking. By the way.
No, Victor. No, I have not, and I was in the midst of proving that. Thank you.
You've escaped once before. You will not happen again. I will take you in for justice myself this time.
Victor, this is the magistrate, the kind of the head boss of the law type person. Hi. There you go. You did your job. Well done.
Could you put your weapon down?
Yeah, DM, do I know that this is the one I'm supposed to be turning them into or not?
You do know the magistrate is the one who's supposed to oversee this case.
Just kind of take 5 steps. All right. Just.
Now, perhaps you don't mind standing next to me, little furry thing.
Okay, well, I have a name. It's Victor, but all right.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Join the club.
He's fine. He's a monk.
It's a charm effect. He can just tranquil mind that shit away.
Yes. So, you become charmed by her, and it's a bit more of a friendly person that you're happy to kind of be compliant to.
Why didn't you, perhaps if you just say, okay, and I'll whoosh, and fly over with my winged boots. Where do you want me to, I'll just hover there for a second. Where do you want me
fine.
Right here, just in the, okay, all right.
Yes.
Just hover in the air.
Like you just don't care.
Okay, fine. I'm just going to hover in the air, but I'm not going to take my eyes off of Rook, because that's the only one I know right now, in terms of who I need to turn in.
I must ask, we were at one point very close friends. Why have you been so aggressive?
Because you bring shame upon other houses in city.
No, of course I don't. This was false accusations, and frankly, I should think that you would be able to discern that yourself.
Are you not wanted for treason?
Falsely
Attempted
accused?
Murder?
Your weapon.
Falsely accused.
Just looks back and forth between the two.
You see the magistrate hold a hand up for both of you. Enough. Both of you, please, be quiet.
I'll float and put my feet crisscross applesauce, monk style, and just kind of hover there.
I heartily toss my beak and refuse to look at Victor.
Considering the evidence you've brought towards me, I am intrigued, and it does seem to propose more problems. If your friend, as she gestures to the now lifeless, no longer talking head, speaks truth, then a suzerain-made mission to come and attack our territories is something very dire, that I cannot allow it to linger here with such trivialities. This must be brought immediately to the courts in Alniel. The dragon houses must rule and determine the action to take in this, but I will need you all to also join me at the city, not only for witness, but to also perhaps help us in this situation, since you are more than capable of dealing with a dragon, taking off its head. I must say, quite impressed, though a little uneasy, being in a room with you four.
We have no reason to be aggressive towards you, and we would be happy to help.
Did I say you could speak?
No, you did not. You did not tell him he could speak.
Did I say you could speak?
I already. Oh no, you're totally right. Yep, sorry about that.
Can I speak?
If you must.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to know if I could, but thank you for granting me the permission to speak.
She does look at the slightly hand-raised. Yes.
Sorry, are we going to Alniel?
I would ask that you, return to Alniel with all due haste. I shall fly there myself, but I expect that you shall be there shortly. Oh, inspiration for Vakesh.
Woo! Nice.
Thank you.
Wrong inspiration. Oh gosh, I don't know who it goes to because I can't see the names. But yeah.
Just put it above my head and just remember it's for him.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, because that'll work.
Considering that I need you to arrive there quickly, I would suggest that you leave the city immediately. I will head out within the hour. And we will have to convene with the council up there in order to determine the situation fully.
What's your verdict, though? Are they free to go? Are they not going to be hunted by that thing? Points at Victor floating there.
Either of you two have anything else to add to his words?
They are very nice.
You're raising your hands. What do you wish to say?
Smokey may go first.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you wanted to us to be there like super quick, I don't know if you have access to it, but if you know the teleportation circle, the sigil for Alniel, I could transport us there if you could share the sigil with me.
I will not be sharing any sigils since I do not have one that would be available to your kind.
Just asking.
Rook getting inspiration now.
Neat.
Quick DM question.
Neat.
real
Yes.
quick. How long would it? Sorry. How long would
Hairball.
it take us?
Do you have a hairball?
How long would it take us to get from Trilak to Alnial?
Quite a while.
Days.
It took us weeks on
You
by water.
know if you were to go by the river or the road, it would take you many days.
What if we were to just cut straight across? Because that little area is where we need to go to look for a ring in a crater, right?
That would cut your travel time significantly.
Oh, no, never do that again.
Dirty boy.
Just
follow what Connor did. Bring in a crater.
That's
what
what I was
How was this?
That was a simple one?
I knew what you were doing.
Lord of the Rings.
Sure.
Hobbit.
Oh, yeah. Sure, got it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Continue.
Yes, you would know
Your-
cutting across would be faster.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'm gonna raise my hand to speak again, hating that I have to do this, but I don't want her to yell at me, so I'm gonna raise my hand.
Yes.
So, I just wanted to give you a little bit of knowledge. We do need to investigate something on behalf of the Ebon Empress on our way to Alniel, but it shouldn't delay us for very long.
I care not about your god. As long as you make your way straight to Alniel, I care not if there is a detour that is along the way for you to investigate.
Yes.
Do as you wish, as long as you arrive within the shortest amount of time. I do believe if you cut straight across the death fields, you should arrive there within 2 days.
Oh, well, that's not bad at all. Okay. You want us to, leave, now?
Now would be preferable, I suppose. If you have any business... Yes.
Just, sorry, you said death fields?
Correct.
Yeah, I told you that, we have the thing there.
If you have any business that you need to quickly finish up here, I suggest you do it in less than a few minutes, considering that right now I need you to return to the city. This threat endangers us all, and I would rather have it be dealt with as soon as possible before perhaps another attack might come across any of our other cities. It would be in everyone's best interest. Now, considering that your evidence has brought a bit of information for me to at least judge that you are certainly not warranted of being tarred with the tag of criminal, you are still suspicious individuals, and I can't necessarily say that everyone would agree with my judgment in closed chambers still. For what my word is worth, I shall make sure that you will be exonerated of these crimes. But in the meantime...
What? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. You're just letting them go, just like that?
I am letting them go for the crimes that they are being accused of here in Trilak. They will not be tried here in this city, but the investigation will continue, and their efforts to aid in this investigation will be required, and I will need them all to return to Alniel. You, small furry friend, what house do you serve?
I serve Dorel.
Durell.
The best, obviously, Brass Dragon. Maybe I'm sure you heard of. I'm sure you heard of. Go ahead.
In the investment that House Durrell has upon you and these individuals, I shall allow you to perhaps escort them to ensure that they arrive not only promptly but safely to the city of Alniel. Make sure that they not deviate from the track, as well as to make sure they do not have any additional underhanded business that might risk the safety and security of those here in Florin.
Yeah, perhaps what you're suggesting, Your Honor, I'm really confused. But yeah, so chaperone, yes, I think this is great, and perhaps not only make sure that they actually come back to check in. I would be more than happy to do this for my house. Absolutely, it would be honor.
It would indeed elevate your status within your house if you, a champion of Durrell, was able to successfully guard these key witnesses towards the city council, and for us to investigate.
Beat him up?
You cheated, but okay, yeah, sure, call it what you want.
Just a little bit of salt in the kitty wound.
You're interrupting, Your Honor. Hold on, Your Honor, please. I see this. This is going bad already. But yes, continue, Your Majesty. Yes, go ahead.
Past situations set aside, in the meantime, it would be better for you all to have more in your party than less crossing the dead fields.
So in other words, just for clarification for these knuckleheads, I'm in charge. That's what I'm really kind of picking up here in terms of making sure they get there and come back. No silly business, yes?
If they wish to deviate from the path, I will be assured that you will make your best efforts to keep them on the straight and narrow. Yes, right. Fluffy Cat.
Or if he really wants to be fast, is there a reason why we can't fly on your back in dragon form?
You can see there's a bit of disgust at that notion. I will not have you ride me.
Bazinga.
So small.
Now then, considering all the matters at hand, I suggest that you finish yourselves up here quickly and make your way straight to Alniel. You see her walk around the desk as she makes her way towards the open doors. The clerk is just staring inside, a little concerned, but he doesn't really want to pipe in with the situation, seeing much more dangerous individuals around him, knowing better to be quiet and not seen or heard. She stops at the very last second and turns around and goes, "Remember, in 2 days, I expect you to be there. Any less, and perhaps your crimes might be brought back again for you to hold account to."
So we want to take the full 2 days then?
It will take you 2 days if you cut straight across to get to Alniel.
Yes.
Yeah. And she leaves.
Oh, before she does, I kind of like wave goodbye while holding one of those little animated gemmed jeweled creatures of mine.
Dude.
So do I witness him trying to like pawn this shit off?
I mean, you witness him waving it, so I mean, she does see it, I guess. At the
Damn.
All right, she does. She does stop for a moment and goes, "Blue one, walk with me for a moment."
Yes, Your Eminence. And I follow.
That's a good one. Eminence, yeah. Majesty, honor, eminence. That's
I just give like a thumbs up to Victor. This is
I should probably remember that.
The rest of you.
Slap Varkesh's hand as he like gives a thumbs up to Victor and be like, "No."
Okay.
The rest of you, I take it, will finish up with your friend as she looks at Lulu, who's just been standing there smiling as her eyes have been glinting left and right as she's just absorbing the information, just going, "Oh, this is brilliant." But you know, she's reveling in this. But yeah, Varkesh leaves the courthouse with the magistrate. Now, as Varkesh goes off and walking for a little bit, Lulu, for a small time, will just kind of look and go, "Darlings, that was brilliantly done. I'm so proud of all of you. Oh, the favor of the Dragon Houses surely will shine brightly on us all."
It really went about as well as we could hope, and now we have another job.
Indeed.
One that actually is of interest to me, I might add. Real quick, I look around. Does anybody appear to be watching us?
The clerk.
Damn, okay. I'll wait then.
Okay. Lulu does seem to kind of pull you in for a little bit, just going, though, quickly, good to see you again, by the way, Victor.
Yes. Very nice to see you as well, Lulu. Yes.
Yes, darling.
Lulu. I will do my little. I will float up and hold her hand, and I will kitty kiss it. I guess. I'm not gonna lick it. That's weird.
I was gonna say, what's a kitty kiss?
Like
with a little
milk.
face rub against
Yeah, just like a tongue going.
Yeah, just do that. Yep.
She just lets it happen. Thank you, darling. Now, of course, I have some business to attend to. Luckily for you, Valindra, I was able to find out some information.
Wait, huh? What? Valindra? Where? And I will.
Victor.
She was just cleared of all of her
I'm so
charges.
Are you still looking like a fire ganassi? Because I will.
I am still looking like a fire ganassi. I'm just gonna wave.
Hello, fire
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
All right, it was Victor, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I'm able to. I can cast spells right now. This is Valindra. She just looks a little different.
So good to see you again, Victor. So glad you're coming with us. Maybe I can carry you again, or maybe you can carry me this time.
Okay, no, that's
I-
okay.
I
Yeah, sarcastic and
illusion.
snooty. Yep. Okay, no, that makes sense now.
It's good that you told him, Smokey, for he is too much of a buffoon to have figured it out himself. Although she has spoken before in the same voice she's always had, frankly, I am amazed that you could be so foolish, Victor.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, this is a good look for you, Valindra, being this fire lady. You should.
Might we get a move on?
Definitely.
I
Yeah,
will take
yeah.
your criticism into consideration.
There you go.
Can't
Don't
wait
forget,
to
the
be on the
evidence said
road
that
with
I'm
you.
in charge. I need to get you guys here and back again for your own benefit. So, let's go. We got to get stuff done. We're taking too much time.
Actually, I desperately need to beat up a merchant right now. So if we could find the one that sold us the fake gauntlets, that would be fantastic.
Well, darling, that is what I was about to tell you before I was overwhelmed by your sudden guffawing friends. Now, I was able to find that the particular item that was questionably sent to us in Trilak came from Bylock. I shall be heading there immediately to try and see what is going on with the business there, and to also lay any charges that I may upon those who have stolen from the Traders' Guild. This crime shall not go unpunished, I can assure you.
They're
Well-
not even in Trilak.
Darling, of course not. We have a network that goes through all the major cities, each one having its own supply house, and we send items accordingly.
I mean, Bylock's pretty close. And
Indeed, it
Lulu,
shan't
if you
take me
wanna-
more than perhaps a day or two to inquire about what is going on.
If you want to ask Varkesh, he has the items in question, the fake gauntlet.
Oh, I care not for mundane things. I will just inquire immediately about this and see what has been going on under my nose. I don't
Well,
like it,
don't you need them
darling.
for evidence?
Darling, I don't need mundane gauntlets for evidence. I have my own reputation that carries me further. If I say the item is not magical, then my word is law.
Spooky's having a bad day.
Yes,
Still,
yes.
I
As this
promise
whole
you.
conversation's happening. Can we please continue to move outside the
Yes,
courtroom?
yes,
Don't touch me.
We shall continue to walk and talk, darlings. Now, of course, I shall head immediately to Bylock to figure out what has been going on, and I shall report to you as soon as I can. As you head straight to Alniel, I shall meet you there. Seems that you will be there for a little while in order to appease the dragon houses. Now, please, promise me, darlings, you will do me proud and make sure that your name is spread far and wide as the honorable, just champions of the house that you represent. Yes?
But of course, and should we accomplish this mission for House Lien, I believe that will only elevate our status further.
Indeed, darlings.
Right
Indeed.
below House Dorel. Where
Victor, we
Oh,
absolutely
Victor.
destroyed you and your fellow champions in fair combat, and it was trivial. You stood no chance next to us.
I don't know. I think he's wanting a rematch, Rook. I think
Oh,
he
I would
wants us to
love to
kick his
give
ass
that to
again.
Perhaps we wait until we are outside the city.
Darlings, if you don't mind, perhaps the bickering could be settled at a later date. You should head out immediately towards Alniel. I don't know if you have any means to travel across the water, but if you do, I suggest you use it. It should cut some time off your journey. But, of course, Varkesh should hopefully be joining you soon. Where is that thing? As she looks around eventually. Varkesh, you have been walking with the magistrate for some time. She seems to have kind of let you get some distance from your party members as she lets you walk a little closer to her as she speaks in a bit more of a hushed tone, and she just kind of continues to keep her gaze straight ahead as if she's not looking to talk to you, but you obviously know this conversation is meant to be kept private.
I will endeavor to listen carefully and be very nonchalant about it.
Tell me, why do you flaunt that trinket at me?
Well, it's been my experience that true dragons often seem to appreciate fine craftsmanship, and I make fine things.
Indeed.
And I was wondering that perhaps, totally not related or swaying you towards our current situation, but maybe in the future, if me and my fellows would need a helping hand, some advice of some kind, that maybe that we could perhaps rely on you sometime in the future to provide us such a small favor in case we're in dire need. We are just mortals after all.
She pauses and looks at you for a second. You wish to bargain the trinket to me for a favor?
In shorthand, yes.
I have limitations to my influence and power. There might be a favor that you request that I might not be able to provide you. What would happen then?
We will take as much help as you could possibly offer for what you're capable of offering. We will not overstep our bounds.
And you will give this trinket to my house?
Just gently lift and hover the pristine silver jewel and garnet embedded Let Snow Leopard over to her to take if she wishes.
She will pick it up very slightly and look at it and just keep hold of it. You are insulting the House Durell quite gravely. Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I insult no one.
Perhaps you're more dense than I thought. She takes it
So
and
people
puts it
say.
away. Well then, from my house, I thank you profusely, and at any time we should be able to provide assistance to you. We shall do our best to try to accommodate.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Now
May
I
be
suggest,
dismissed?
yes, you must hurry along with your friends, if you don't mind. As she has been walking with you, she heads towards the front part of the clerk office, and you see her head to a desk as she looks and leans down. As you could catch this on the last bit, she goes, "The charges made towards Valindra and Rook are hereby to be dropped. I, as the magistrate, have found them to be innocent of all crimes, and therefore shall no longer be continued to be pursued as criminals. Drop charges, recall all bounties, and if anyone does attempt to do anything unjust to them, they shall answer to the houses of Alniel." So you get the slight hint of that as she has closed off the cases with the courts, and it should eventually pass along. There might be a few instances where someone might not realize that it hasn't been spread yet, but for the most part, you assume you should be cleared.
I return back to the group, go right, walk, just lumber the earth shaking for Victor, and just duck down and pick him up and bear hug him. Victor, it's so good to see you again.
Hey, Big Blue. Okay, let's
just squeeze.
All right.
I think he'd like to be squeezed a little bit tighter there, Varkesh.
You are very much right. A hug must be done appropriate. Just do it till his eyes stop bulging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably hear a couple cracks.
Eventually, after the death grip, you are let go.
Oh, yes. Good to see you too, Varkesh. And like, yep, great. Okay.
My spine. Where's my spine?
As I walk like this now.
Well, you float.
Yeah, I float like this. Yep. So, this is it's so there's part of group part. All right. So let me get this straight. Smokey. First of all, I've not met your and now you're taller, right?
I mean, taller than you. I'm only 5'5", though.
Yeah, I mean that's still taller than me. All right, cool. I guess while we were waiting for Varkesh, I would have probably exchanged introductions and things. So you are still surviving with group. That's good.
Yeah, he's pretty fantastic.
Man.
Never seen a cat with his skills before, ever. He's the best.
Right. You do realize I'm picking up all your sarcasm as you're doing. Yeah, I'm getting all the notes there.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
I
surprising.
know.
He is excellently efficient and accomplished caster.
Catster.
Catster.
That's good. That's good. We're going to need it if we're going to cross the death fields to get you guys there and back again in these next 2 days. So, chop chop. Do you need to get anything, or can we be off?
Oh, yes, and I just like tap Belinda on the shoulder. Actually, I have something that I need to talk to you about the place where we're going.
Okay.
I may be able to do something. Something in my head is telling me that I could potentially do something to gather more information about what we're looking for or where we're going.
Well, I know what it is that we're looking for. I know roughly where to find it.
That's good. If you can tell me that after we do a little bit of quick shopping, I can probably maybe help.
I do find myself out of potions if we could gather some of those.
Shopping, darling?
Lulu's still here.
Of course, darling.
Yes, we just need some basic things.
Such as
Healing
what, darling?
potions.
You do know that I cleaned out the stocks when
random
you
cat
last
tail.
asked me to acquire for you.
Yes, of course, and it has not been horribly long since then, has it?
Yeah.
Indeed. They don't have
Actually,
much to help you with.
You had a large volume of those, did you not, Smokey?
Of great potions?
Yes.
Yeah, we have like a lot of greater healing potions.
Yeah, you do.
Use some of those. I don't have any on me.
Did we
We have-
pick up diamonds?
We have
Do you have
diamonds.
diamonds?
Okay, so I just need some incense then.
Yep. But yeah, Rook, take 2. Do we have a bag of holding going? Does
Yes.
Scott, are you doing that?
Scott,
That I am.
Did you add on the stuff I put in the chat?
Could in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. Let me see.
I did not. I do not have it. I am sorry. If you could send it to me again, I'd be most appreciative.
There you go. There you go.
Russian accent is so catchy.
Rubbing off.
So
No,
catchy.
it's Romanoff.
Well done. DM,
Yes.
real quick, would I be able to peace out and go to my house real quick before we take off?
Do you have a house? Is it like a little bed in front of a fireplace that you call a house?
I'd like to see Victor's house.
More like a
Tiny.
Kindler kind of
You
thing.
know that
Just
probably
a
the
shitty
only way
little-
that you would have time to do that is if you zipped off and departed from your escorts and went off and flew on your own.
Yeah, that was the idea. If I just told him to wait here, I'd be back in however many time I know that to be, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
You could tell them that you could also catch up with them as it comes to them walking, but yes, you could depart for a brief period to head off.
Excuse me.
Before he leaves, I'm gonna be like, oh, in this group we have a rule: nobody goes alone. And I'm gonna hand him Winnie.
Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot about Winnie. This is your better half. Oh, Winnie, yes.
forgot.
Okay. No. I did not.
You forgot
all coming
about-
back. All coming back to me now. No, that's fine. I can bring Winnie with. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you're all going to be doing some shopping, I need to check in with my house before I leave. I will be back in 2 shakes of kitty tail. Yes?
I no longer require any shopping. Just meet us at the banks of the North Lake.
I can do that too. That's no problem.
All right.
And what I know about how much time that would take, DM?
To go there and back, you would easily be able to do it within like 10-15 minutes to get to your place, and then less than that to
See
get
you
back to
there in
them.
20 minutes, then I will Superman pose, and then I'll peace out with Winnie as I fly. I'm gonna fly
Bye,
to
my
house real quick.
friend.
Okay, bye.
See you soon.
So shall we leave and
Meow.
abandon him?
Yes.
Markesh wanted to shop a little bit.
I need to.
Innocence. What do you need to know about?
Well, it's not so much what I need to know; it's what I can potentially find out more about what we're trying to do.
I mean, I think I found out pretty much as I can. The only information I had came from the guy himself.
Okay.
It's in a crater.
But
The deepest
it's worth a try. I mean, I'll just give it a try, and we'll see. While we wait for Victor to come around, I'll give
So
it a shot.
this thing that you're going to do will give us more information about it than we would have already gleaned?
Oh, hopefully.
What are
Well,
you going to
Should
do?
we ever wish to get rid of these things or directly work against your old patron, it may be good for us to know as much as we possibly can. I see no reason not to.
So what do you need, Markesh? How much?
I'm probably just out of character. I'm probably just, when I go shopping, buy enough to do 3 attempts at it.
At what?
Legend lore.
Yeah,
that will
is
be
essentially
750 gold.
I have like over 12,000 personal gold, so that's fine.
How do
Right.
I always have such little gold and you always have
I'm the
so
same.
much?
I say.
It's because Varkesh is hoarding all of his gold instead of putting it in the
He
group
had
stores.
quite a good bounty when
It's
you
not
started
personal.
to propose his business plan in Bylock when you did such a good job at promoting it.
Exactly. None of the rest of us have personal stores, though. It's all in the bag of holding, so.
But yeah,
I used to,
personal
but I don't
monies.
anymore.
it's easy enough to go, as Lulu will quickly head over there with your list requirement and say that she will meet you at the north gate as you make your way there. She zips along, allowing you to have her acquire the necessary incense you need for you to cast your spells. She comes back with a backpack, a burlap sack of sorts, filled with this very pungent-smelling herb mixture.
Thank you. And I will sit on the bank. I will rest on my knees. I don't need ivory worth 50 gold because bing, already got horns. So there we go.
I'm pretty sure it's consumed in the casting, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
No, they're not.
It is not.
Okay, good.
That's why I'm happy I've got horns and they didn't just vanish from my head. I'm like, ah, shit.
That'd be pretty
Yeah, they'll grow back.
Just out they come again.
But yeah, alright, so making your way up there as you would do your business and whatnot. Victor, what are you quickly doing as Varkesh will do this?
I'm looking through Winnie's eyes so I can see and hear what he's doing.
Yeah, you see
I
Winnie get
think
dropped at about 50 feet in the air as he just says, "Goodbye, Winnie." But no.
Sorry, very, very
I don't
quickly,
have
you
time
said
for this. When I
you said-
throw the...
Big bad
700 gold.
defeated.
I will not throw a Witty, but that would be hilarious.
The punt.
I will drop kick him. No. Alright, so I sent you a message in Discord, DM, but
Oh well, okay,
basically
sorry.
all I
I
had to do-
don't have that open on my computer because of the
No, you're good.
Formatting.
Yeah.
No, you're good. I was just saying that I would, not to necessarily play the whole thing out, but I just wanted to go.
Okay, sure.
On my house where I was going. Yep, all that stuff.
Yep. So if you look through Winnie's eyes, or Winnie,
Because I saw it.
oh, you can send it to her. Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Yep. Okay.
So, message sent to
Then I will do that.
to Valindra. Yeah, as you type it out and send it off to her, Varkesh, you are going to begin Legend Lore. As you cast the
Yes.
spell, you have to choose what are you focusing on.
Sorry, beg your pardon.
What are you focusing on? The Legend Lore either gives you an event, a place, an item, a name. What are you focusing on?
Oh, I will actually discuss that with the group very quickly. I will ask them if they want to do the place or the item.
I think it's best that we learn more about the place than anything, especially as it may be now. That'll give us an advantage for crossing it and let us know what dangers we may come across in
True.
crossing.
I was
As
also
well as
thinking
potentially
the
something
item.
with the item.
I mean, if you can do it more than once, that's great. But
That'll be both my 5th level, so we've just started the session.
well, I don't have any either, so suck it up.
I'm not sucking it up. I refuse to. I
Bear in
refuse
mind,
to.
this is going to be multi-day travel. We'll be resting
That's
at some
true.
point.
I
That's
say do
true.
the place first.
Okay.
The
So
crater.
I will do the
Or
the
the dead
location of the
fields.
crater.
The
So-
Death Field. Yeah.
Yes, so I'll ask Valindra to give me all the information about the location she can so I can then perform the spell and use that information to see if I can
All right.
boom boom to see if it's legend-ish.
Okay, so as you cast the spell and begin to burn the incense as it surrounds you, you kind of sit there in a circle meditating for a moment, and as its aroma and smoke begins to swirl around you, it causes visions to occur. As his horns, being the ivory choice, begin to glow, each one slowly lights up a light, making a slight hum, as you all watch him just kind of go into this white-eyed gaze as he is taken away from the present day and is brought back to a time long forgotten. There in the Death Fields, you can see the last battle, the one attempt to try and stop the undead hordes before they reached Alniel. In this section of the ground, you can see a horde of undead armies swarming about the grasslands, completely marching and running towards what appears to be the last shining, gleaming bastion of hope. This line of human and elf and orc, all the races that have been left there to stand for the living, completely block their path, and in the center you can see that there are a few individuals, these gleaming, brilliant people that seem to be heroic and more just godlike in their presence. some of them go off to do their own activities as the battle ensues. As you can see, many of them swarming across the other side of the undead horde as they carve a path through, knocking some aside, destroying bone ghouls, large, massive, ogre-like creatures that are made of bone and flesh. You can then see what appears to be the rest of the foot soldiers running in as there is a battle that ensues. Dust is thrown up in the air, banners are flung left and right, people are falling and being raised again back to be part of the dead ranks. As this is going on, you can see that in the center of this horde, you can look up and have a vision of this dark, black-like individual, a lich covered in dark robes, a hood drawn up, gleaming dots inside the center of its black oval eyes at the skull. These tiny little pupils darting around, looking intensely to try and see who they can try to bring back to their ranks. As he is focused on the battle ahead, one individual does come towards him, a female, golden hair gleaming in the wind as you can see this brilliant kind of woven metallic sheen that comes across her shoulders. She stands almost kind of like impervious to the hordes. Everyone that tries to go towards her seems to be stopped by some invisible shield, a presence, and as you get closer to her, you can see that she has what appears to be a glowing gem at the center of her breastplate, a brilliant diamond, and as it continues to ebb some energy around her, she makes her way to Draken, and as they approach one another, they begin to ensue in a large battle. This entire conflict between the pair of them is this clash of light and dark, yellow and purple, this terrible mixture of colors that seem to kind of not only hit one another, but deflect and destroy anything nearby. Undead hordes being evaporated and disintegrated to dust. And others nearby who might not have been so fortunate also will then just become nothing. But as this battle is focused right at the center, right at the heart, you keep your eyes there, and you just notice in time at this point that the other heroes, the ones that gleamed brighter than all the others, seem to have surrounded Draken and her, and in the midst of this, they have formed a pattern. A circle has been made, and as each one of them has placed themselves into a location, you can see them bring out what appears to be these large white rods that they embed into the ground, each one at a time, and as they sink in, you can see a beam of light shoot up. 5 of them, all across, forming what appears to be a star that meets in the middle, and right there in the center of the pentagram lines, you can see the 2 remaining titans fighting off in this enclosed space, and as the circle begins to grow and then lock, you can see what appears to be this kind of containment that is now formed. All the undead horde, the mass in the center, the part that has been the heart of this terrible scourge, has suddenly been trapped by this holy dome, and as it begins to rise in the air, you can see it swirl and begin to spin, and as it goes up in there, the one hero left in there to fight and sacrifice herself for the greater good gets absorbed in this sudden torrent of light, and as it happens, you can see Draken, surprised and suddenly unable to really comprehend the efforts of what's been going on, too little too late, watches as the whole thing craters in a mass of brilliant light, and as it does, the entire center of the ground caves in. There's a massive shake. All the people and all the hordes just kind of shatter and crumble to the ground, fallen and just thrown off to the side as the earthquake and the shattering shockwave, boom, shoots them out. All that's left afterwards, when the dust settles, is a large crater in the middle. What appears to have been the remains of the horde, gone. Draken, the hero, vanished. There is no trace. All that seems to remain is the evidence of this massive scar in the land. And as your vision fades away, you understand how the Deathfields came to be.
Okay. Did I learn anything more about the fields, about what it is like now? Like what may be roaming there? If there's anything lingering?
You would know that there were reports maybe of undead. This is something that's not from the legend lore. This is just stuff that you know about the Deadfields from rumor and gossip and stuff like that. You would know that there are what appears to be rumors of some occasional undead energies that might still linger, or undead armies, pieces that haven't fully been laid to rest or haven't been blown to ash or anything like that. So they still roam. And the field themselves, no one dares go inside. You would know that the field is kind of like almost like a hollow ground, but it's in a way where everyone who tells you who goes in there, it just becomes a terrible sensation. you feel the presence of all those who have been lost still linger in the land, and it's just this kind of eerie area that any who dare venture could be either consumed by madness or fear.
And I flew away for that whole fucking story. God damn it! I missed the whole thing.
Well, technically, no one knew that story. Only Varkesh got to watch the film.
Just saying, I pieced out this whole cool story out. It's like, son of a bitch.
So, returning to the land of non-dreams and past events, I will relay that information and to Valindra, aloud to the rest of the group, mention about the heroes and the blonde-haired hero lady with the diamond and the white rods of lich destruction.
Okay.
Wow.
So you know where to find it specifically, the crater?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I could definitely probably find it, yeah.
Well, do you think it will take us much out of our way, or is it relatively on the path?
Would I...
You're going to head
this?
straight through it. You know what's going... Basically, imagine like this. As you can see and understand the map, Trilak itself fell to the Horde, and as the Horde overwhelmed it and gathered its forces again with those that had perished, it marched straight north towards Alniel. It crossed this valley, which you are basically kind of following the trail that led towards the last city. So you are going to head straight into the heart of this battlefield.
Perfect.
So I know where its center is directly then.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, I definitely could, once we get there.
Hey, Varkesh.
Yes.
You're good at making things. Do you know what those white rods were made of? What material?
Could I make maybe...
From the bit of what you could
intelligence
see,
check?
go ahead and... I guess intelligence would be the best one.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Come on.
I will give it a shot. Oh, I have an inspiration die, right?
Yes, you do.
This will be useful. Go.
20. Well, you rolled a 19. So, would you like to use your inspiration?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So, from the brief moments that you were able to look at them, because the vision allowed you to see this ritual begin, the rods themselves were made of what appeared to be kind of almost like a pure white metal. It was very hard to determine exactly what its origin was, but from what you could tell, they were definitely infused with something. It was as if the metal itself had been given some kind of overwhelming magical storage in it, as if like someone had put spell upon spell upon spell into these rods. The closest thing, because you are a Forge Cleric, you would understand magic items, you would associate them to be rods of absorption. You would recognize them as something like that. Things that have had stored in them an extensive amount of magic to therefore be either released or used at a time. So that's what you saw. Okay. 5 of them. Each one housing what appears to be, I think it's 50 spell slots per rod. Yeah.
Or levels, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you had 250 spells worth of power being used in this ritual.
I will relay this to Smokey. I think these were potentially rods of power, even though I've never seen them before.
And they found 5 of them?
Apparently. And that's what was used to encapsulate that guy. And
alright, Smokey might not know this because he's a little bit isolated from his history, but the rest of you would know this. During the time when the reckoning happened, near the end, that is when the tides turned, because the heroes, the people who were able to try and push away the darkness, were able to do so successfully because they were able to form and create magical items and weaponry and spells far more powerful than what they had before, because magic had returned to the land once the dragons had finally finished their extinguishing sleep. But at that time, arcane stones were made, gems that were left within the dragon's hoard nearby their body. Those closest to its center were able to absorb an extensive amount of magic. Those items, those gems, when infused into objects, could immediately make magical properties be applied to any object, any mundane item. And the creation of things like rods of absorptions, for instance, could be done in a day with the use of a gem.
You know what I'm going to be asked to be making soon?
Well, I gotta get some Arcan stones first.
You would need some stones, but yes.
freaking Kindrel would just let us have him.
You had the option to get one, but you let it slip by. That's fine.
So, anything else we want to do before we head out?
Victor, by the way, you would have arrived at this time because it takes him a moment to cast this spell.
All right. Superman, hero pose, jump down. Yep, hero landing. I thought we were meeting at north side of the lake. You guys have not moved from same spot you were standing in when I left 20 minutes ago.
What do you mean? The water's
north side of the
right
lake?
there.
They are on the north side of the lake.
It's right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. All right, so everyone ready to go? Come on. The faster we go, the faster we can get back.
Just imagine the whole
You're
party
the one
pointing to the
delaying
lake.
us, Victor.
Why do you think we're coming back?
I'm not coming back here. I'm gonna go to Alniel and...
Yeah, DM, didn't I hear that the magistrate wanted them to go there and come back?
The wants them to go to Alniel to bear witness or act as witnesses for the events that have happened so that the Dragon Council can determine what actions to take.
Fantastic. Quicker we go, the quicker we get there. Let's go. I am your charge. Let's do this.
Yes, you are our charge.
No. I am in charge.
No, that's not what you said.
We were all in the same room when she said it. Or he said, nope, I am in charge. Let's go.
Do they know the gender of our magistrate in this case?
I didn't hear.
Girl.
I didn't.
Girl.
I think it was a girl.
It was a female.
Yeah, she was female. I was just making fun of Victor's.
Yeah, I know.
Speech slip-ups.
Well,
It's like hard when they wear those like big judgy outfits. Anyway, right.
Varkesh, do you know the water walking spell today?
Muted.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Let me check just very quickly. Excuse me.
No, because last time you didn't. That's why you went underwater when you crossed the lakes.
No, we walked across
I have
the
it.
water.
No, I have it. It's right there.
Are you sure? Because I remember when you arrived today, when you teleported north the lakes, you guys just walked under it with the water breathing.
No,
well,
we
we were
didn't
gonna
walk
walk
under
under
it.
it, but then
But we
Yeah.
walked over it because I had it prepared.
That's right. You did
Yeah,
Jesus
I'm
walk.
pretty
Yes,
sure
you
you
did.
guys
That's
Jesus
right.
walked.
we
Yeah.
did
pretty
Jesus
sure.
walk.
Pretty sure that happened.
All right. Well, would you like to do so again?
Let's Jesus
Is that
walk
what
again.
Smokey's asking?
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
while we're
Actually,
doing that,
it's not even been 8 hours. How long does the spell last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay, then,
30
yeah.
feet, 10 minutes.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah,
you would have
mine's
to...
long.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, I will ritual cast water breathing on Victor.
Oh, that is very nice, but do not waste spell slots on me, fellows. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
It's a ritual.
Can you breathe underwater?
Can you breathe on the water?
I
Yeah.
can with
Yes,
Smokey's
actually.
help.
I don't need Smokey's help.
Can you
I'm-
breathe underwater without a spell?
I can do it by my. Don't you worry about how I can do it. I can do it. Okay, that's all that matters. And I can
Prove
fly
it.
over the
Do it
damn
right
lake.
now.
I'll pull my hood up and jump in the lake.
I haven't even cast a spell yet.
Quick, while he's under there, let's go.
I'm just like
Start walking.
snapping my fingers, and the cat just whee past me.
Yeah. Varkesh
I'm
is still
holding my breath,
casting.
waiting for someone to like care, and everyone just pieces out from the motorboat. All right.
Varkesh is still casting, so I mean it takes him 10 minutes, and same with Smokey. But yeah, Victor is able to go under the water, and he's down there longer than anyone could hold their breath naturally.
Okay, I'll stop my ritual because everyone else
Hate
already
this
has
fucking
it.
cat.
I mean, I just do the ritual walk on.
Yeah,
water.
while you guys, I'll come back out and be like, oh, so no one cared, could have been drowning. That's fine. All right, this is good to know my place in group. All right.
You.
The group you willingly left and have actively hindered ever since. Yes, we would rather you weren't here, but at this point you're expected with this, so we're dealing with it.
I lean down to the water and go, I still love you, Victor.
Darkus, stop it! No, you don't.
Everyone hates the leader. It's okay. That's how we get.
You're not the
Someone-
leader.
If you were a leader, perhaps we would have went with you, but you'll note that we separated.
By the way, weren't you part of another group?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Yeah, what did happen to those guys?
I find sometimes it's best that I just go solo. You know, I'm a solo act. You know, sometimes, you know. Tag
I
onto
see.
group.
You're the frontman with delusions of grandeur.
Is that why you left us in the middle of a cave?
figured it was time to cut the ways, just do my own thing for a little bit, you know.
Do we need to worry about you walking out again? When
Yes.
We meet you?
Well, not as long as we get this trip done, sooner than later.
Insight check.
Okay.
Zaba! Not bad for me. 14.
Ooh.
You'd
Don't
be
really feel
making a
like I was
deception
lying.
check.
I was gonna say I don't really feel like I was
Or
lying, but okay.
persuasion.
Yeah, well, there's a little lie in there, so I'd say it'd be more deception. You're fine.
Fuck.
I mean, there might be like this version of two cats just kind of going, but yeah, Victor wins.
Smokey looked away first.
All right, I guess we'll go. The sooner we
Size
get
isn't
there,
the
the
measure
sooner
of a
we can get
cat
rid
in
of
this
Victor.
argument, but yes, with you guys armed with some information from Barkesh's legend lore, as well as his ability to let you walk across the water again, you all will continue your journey north, heading past the lakes, towards the fields, all the way to Alneo. Now, of course, Victor can walk or fly as he chooses, depending on how he wishes to use his items, but the journey is going to be a little bit long, and you do know it'll take you 2 days. As you continue to walk down there, the field itself is kind of peaceful, and the atmosphere is very pleasant for the most part on your first leg of the journey. It takes you about a good 4 to 5 hours before you start to get so far away that the lakes become very hard to see in the distance. You can still barely make out some of the spires of Trilak, just kind of off all the way. But at that point, you do know that you are starting to approach what was once the field of battle for the last battle. As you make your way there, you can see that some of the remains still linger somewhere on the grass. Occasionally, when you look left and right, you can see maybe a spear, a helmet, a skull, some pieces of information that just left there to remain forgotten or to be rediscovered by anyone who wishes to understand more about this time in your history.
Wait, are we there already? That was a fucking quick walk.
You're getting to the outskirts at this
The
point.
outskirts.
Oh, right, Jesus Christ.
You spent about 4 hours so far traveling away.
How late is it getting?
At this time, it's probably close to 2 o'clock.
Well, we left early in the morning.
You did, yes.
Then we just teleported. So that
You teleported. You teleported and left at around 8 or 9-ish. You made your way around, did your things at about 10 or 11. Discussed, did some few things. Left within the hour around noon. Well, sorry, before then. Sorry, you left at around 11, so 12, 1, 2, 3. 3 o'clock. Sorry.
Would we have had a chance to take a short
3
rest?
Well, technically, no. You haven't had a time to short rest yet. You could if you
Not even in
wish.
the cart.
Well, that wasn't an hour. If you wanted to ask Varkesh to maybe after the ritual was cast to just like sit there for a little bit to gather yourself.
I'd like it. I have some spells I want back.
Okay.
I'm good
sure.
with a short rest.
Okay. Taking a little bit of a short rest will give you some
After
extra
that-
time.
Failed dragon bomb teleportation that hit me for a chunk.
All right.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
you can recover from the force damage if you wish.
Yee.
Ooh, Rook doing great.
Kind of frustrating the fact that we're not moving yet, but seeing everyone's like healing up and stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and play my flute for a while we're sitting here. Just chilling.
I'm gonna
just
cast
hanging out.
silence.
I will fly out of that. I will fly
Penny.
out of that. And I will just fly.
I will
around and
cast
fucking-
silence again.
You just have it around us so we can't hear.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I'll just have it around us so we can't hear
Keep
it.
casting silence, huh? That's all right.
I'll just cast
I'm just
silence.
chilling, just peacefully meditating. So once we get on the other side of the lake, DM, I'll start walking because these things only have so long on their duration.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll huff it after we get across the lake there.
Yeah.
I mean, being a monk, you could have just walked across anyway.
I could have, but I like to fly.
Fair enough.
In case you've forgotten, Victor is super lazy. Valindra literally carried him for an
I remember
entire
this,
day.
Yep.
But yes,
Playing the flute. I'm playing the flute and flying. Just flute and flying. Flute flying cat. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Continue
yeah.
on.
You thought there was
Flute
once the Pop-Tart
flag
Rainbow
above
Cat.
the
Now
moon.
there's the flute flying monk cat.
Yep.
God.
And just
Trademark.
are you playing the
Trademark.
that version of the song on the flute? The I can't remember what that.
Meow 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 meow.
Fucking.
You know the Rainbow
Pop-Tart
Cat.
Cat,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
the one
you're playing
from
Pop-Tart
Toronto.
Cat on the flute.
Neon Cat. That's the one.
I should look it up. All right, continue. You're good.
So after burning your spells first before taking your short rest, so as not to perhaps remove your spell slots a little ahead of time.
Then I'll take my short rest.
Yes. You gain yourselves your hit dice. You gain your hit points back with the hit dice you spend, as well as your spell slots for those who have Arcane Recovery and a Warlock perk. Now, as you continued on, you made your way. You are now on the outskirts of the killing field. It is now 3 o'clock, as the 4 hours you've spent has left you very far away from Trilak, barely seeing it in the distance. As you look around the remains of the beginnings of this field, you continue on. At this point of the journey, the peacefulness, the harmony, and the kind of natural tranquility that was around you is a little bit disturbed. It's broken. It sometimes is there, but then sometimes you feel it's not. The peaceful quiet is now a bit more of an eerie quiet. And as you travel along for a moment, can I get a marching order, please?
I'll take the lead.
I'll be marching with my buddy Victor.
Yep.
I'm gonna be behind Victor, like barreling holes in the back of his head the whole time.
Well,
Okay.
if you'll be second.
All right.
So I guess I'm in the rear.
Okay, Valindra's in the rear?
Yep.
Okay. So, as you make your way along, Valindra, being in the back, you suddenly feel a warm breath on the back of your neck.
Ooh. I turn around.
No one's there.
Fuck! I don't like this.
You did this to yourself.
Do I feel anyone?
No.
While I'm walking with Farkesh, do I notice? Don't you have like new armor right now? Don't you?
He
have,
does.
Like,
A lot of new shit.
It's a lot of bling going on here, son.
No. So just out of curiosity, you look a lot different. As this is just walking conversation. You look good, man. You look nice, shiny going on, and like big weapons, and
Thank you.
you kind of actually look tougher. Like you've been working out since last.
I have not skipped on leg day, my friend.
Yeah, I could tell. It shows, man. Keep that up.
My horns are bigger too, if you haven't noticed. Done something with them, apparently.
I try not to look at people's horns. You know what I mean? It's a wrong idea.
You know, it's fine. I mean, no one else is looking, so.
As the pair of them are enjoying their casual conversation, Valindra,
Continue.
you feel like a tongue is licking the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't feel anything though. Like if I
You don't feel wet, you don't feel, or you don't see any kind of residue, but you turn around and again, empty.
Does the breath feel familiar to me at all?
Feels like hot breath.
So not like icy breath, like when.
No, it's as if someone went behind you and just started to kind of go.
Guys.
Yes.
What?
Does anyone else feel anything? I'm gonna pull my hood up over my head.
Feel what?
Yeah, can you be more specific?
Like a breathing, or like a, I don't know, licking.
Licking?
I don't often pay attention to my breathing, but now you've made me start. What brought this on?
Do I still feel it with my
No,
hood up?
you don't feel anything right now while you're talking to your friends.
Never mind.
Okay.
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 Are you okay?
Shut up, Victor. I wasn't talking to you.
All right, fine. And I will go back to like grooming as we're walking. Just
Sure.
slowly grooming.
You continue your like.
Valindra,
Yeah.
Valindra, are you okay? I know you have a bit of a closer bond to the undead than the rest of us. So something wrong?
Nope. Everything's good.
Yeah. Valindra, why don't you not be in the back? I'll take the back.
Okay.
Okay.
So I do think it's best that you stay towards our more protected areas.
I walk in front of Smokey.
Okay. So you continue down the journey as you make your way closer to the heart of the battlefield. Smokey, you feel a hot breath on the back of your neck.
I reach into my pocket and I grab the gem of true sight and I activate it.
Okay, and you look around. There's nothing. The gem has been activated.
Shit.
It loses its charge. For the next day, you will not be able to use it, but it is currently looking around, looking intensely. There's nothing.
Where's a death cleric when you need one?
But you
Or
felt
grave
something.
cleric.
You swore you felt something.
Okay. Valindra,
Yeah.
You're talking about a hot breath?
You
thing?
felt it too?
Yeah, I felt it, and then I activated this true seeing gem thing, and I'm not seeing shit.
Perhaps we should try that, well, does anybody have a way to detect undead? Just in the context of where we are?
Who is in the lead, by the way?
That's me.
Rook.
Okay. As you turn and stop to have everyone look in that direction, everyone's facing now your friends. There's a hot breath on the back of your neck.
Ugh. Well, I'm not
You
used
felt
to
it
things
now?
sneaking up on me. That was new.
I will look
I
at
don't
Varkesh
think-
and be like, "Are they okay? Does this happen all the time?"
Hey,
Like, this new
Victor,
thing?
come stand behind me and look towards Valindra real quick.
This is kind of weird.
Come on,
but-
do it.
Just gently nudge him along. Go, go, go. It's better that you just do what they say.
Yeah, okay. Like feet in the ground. All right. I will bewilderedly walk and then turn around and look at the group. Man,
Look,
nothing.
he's just watching Victor and like go trying to stay behind him.
Okay.
Yeah, you
So-
guys have gotten a lot weirder since I'll go back. I didn't feel anything.
So you're basically looking at the group? No, nothing happens if you just look at them.
Yeah, you guys are
Well, that put him in the lead, then spun around so he was in the back.
just.
His back was facing out from the rest of us, was the goal.
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing happens to him.
Neat, okay.
No one
Yeah,
can be
you
looking in
guys
the direction.
are. You guys are weird.
Should I give it a try? See if it happens or doesn't happen to me?
Well, for our cat, let's try. I have an idea. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Or we could just play
That's an
Ring
idea.
Around the Rosary while we stand there. That'd be fun, yes. Or we could get where we need to go.
I'll go stand at the back,
Ooh.
and then I'll go stand at the front, see if I get the same thing going on.
For a period of time?
For like a minute or so. Just to-
Okay. All right, so you continue on your journey. Nothing happens. For a while. And then Varkesh is about ready to go to the front, and he feels a hot breath on the back of his neck.
would you? I felt it. I felt something.
I wonder if perchance it may have something to do with Valindra's ring.
Pardon?
Well,
Is my
Part
ring
of us.
acting weird at all?
No.
well, you see, part of each of us was put into that ring, as I recall.
Yes, it was.
Victor's the only one who was not involved at that point in time, and he's the only one who's not been affected by this so far.
Rook,
Well, you also had,
with your keen
Yes?
perception, you see a shadow off to the right.
Head crossbow, aiming at the shadow.
There's nothing there.
A ninja hand alongside Rook.
And DM, real quick, what's the landscape around us? It's just flat,
Barren,
or is it, like,
barren
trees?
grassland. Oh, thank you for the subscription.
Oh, thank you.
But yes,
Thank you.
Yeah.
it
very much.
is open land. Nothing's there.
I mean, if we want to test that theory, then Victor should just probably be in the back, and we'll just see if anything happens to him.
Just a quick thing. I just want to test this. Question for DM: is Winnie still affected by anything that fucks around with undead? I'm asking this before I potentially blow that poor thing apart.
You don't know.
I'll go to Valindra and ask her to politely dismiss Winnie for a moment. Thank you. And I'll just stomp on the ground really hard and just let out a platinum wave of just turn undead to see if anything happens.
Okay, as you send this out, this pulsating force of holy energy to kind of disperse any undead presence nearby. Silence. You don't hear anything. Nothing.
It's worth a shot.
Victor, there's a shadow behind
Okay.
Varkesh.
Nah.
Oh, I
Is
saw
it
one now.
You see a shadow behind Varkesh.
Okay. Now, now I'm getting a little freaked out. Varkesh, turn around quickly.
I turn around and ninja hands beside myself.
Empty space.
Victor, you playful little scamp.
That was not me playing. That was real thing.
What was real thing?
Some sort of darkness behind you. Can I tell about how far behind it was? Like 10,
Right
30 feet?
on his back.
Like right behind you.
Ooh. I don't see anything now.
Well,
We could do like that thing where all of us have our backs to each other, and some people walk forward, the other people are walking backwards, some people are walking sideways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Charlie's angel pose.
Like instead of Charlie's angel pose. Yeah. We could totally do this. I mean,
that sounds highly inconvenient.
Although,
And like it would slow travel.
well, I mean, we're stopping every like 5 minutes at this point.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. The back-to-back thing.
Just to see what happens.
Okay.
what time of day is it?
It's now coming up to 3 to 4.
And
In the
based on the position
afternoon?
of the sun, would
Yeah.
the shadow have been behind? Based on the sun's position, would the
No,
shadow have natural?
Not a natural shadow.
Separate. Okay.
All right.
Right.
That's good.
Well, we can try that.
All right.
Assuming
the formation, giving yourselves protection so your backs are not left unchecked, each of you forms a circle as you make your way continuing down the path heading straight towards the location, to the crater at the center of the
Oh,
field.
I bring
Wait,
money
we're there
back.
already?
Bring you any back? No, you're just continuing on your journey. You're just doing it in a circle. So, as you make your
This
way,
looks stupid.
as you all begin to look left and right, some of you swear to God that you feel that there's a presence. You look around, swearing you see a shadow just glimpse on the corner of your vision, but when you look there, there's nothing. You feel like an eye is staring at the back of your head, and as you turn around occasionally to look to see it's not there, you then feel like you see a shadow coming in front of you, and you're just like, I got distracted! You try to go back, and the shadow once more is gone. There's this increasing sense of paranoia. The entire area just seems to be filled with madness and this eerie sensation that you're either being watched or followed. I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws.
God.
We're in the Matrix, guys.
Hey!
as well. I'm great at these.
I hold up a
Hey, I did
spoon
good.
to test Victor's
Hey.
theory.
Okay. So,
All right, so Varkeshan,
2 wisdom-based classes. Let's see how they do. Okay.
very well. And that's all
Aww.
Ooh.
Victor just passes.
right. Okay.
So, the insomnia, this paranoia that would plague most minds, doesn't affect you as hard as it could others. The rest of you are able to shrug off this feeling of being watched and allow you to progress without really being hampered by its presence. As you continue on for the hour, the sun begins to set. At this time, the shadows have grown long, and you can see that the sky is becoming a slightly blood-red pink, as you eventually reach what appears to be a dark crater in the center of the field. There, with some of it cascaded in shadow as it grows with the ever-present coming night, you can see just on the edge, as you approach it, what appears to be the remains of this crater's impact. You can see pieces and bodies that have been pressed and kind of almost like frozen freezes across the edge of the crater, as if the army was squished out, like they'd just been pressed in on the edge. Body pieces, armor, all these remains just like filling the sides and the bottom. Across the top, you can see scattered remains of other pieces of the armor, of the army, banners, poles, broken tattered cloth, wagon wheels, and catapults that might have been once functional, now lost to time and decay. As you can see, at the center of the crater, that is where you can barely make out what appears to be a mass of shapes, some shadows, just this lump in the middle.
Like some sort of shadow material, kind of like...
No, just like it's a silhouette of something in the dark, just very far away. The diameter of this massive circle, this crater, you would assume could be a couple miles. So at the moment, you're glancing into the depths of this, and you can just see there's something at the center.
Hiroshima.
Oh no.
All right, as leader of the group, I say we go around the crater, get away from center, and proceed on or away from this whole crazy area.
Victor, that will take
You're
time
welcome
off your
to,
journey.
but,
Actually, Victor, we have to go into the crater.
Why can't we just fly? Can't you all fly? Let's just fly over the crater.
No, Victor, we can't all fly.
we have business to attend to down there anyway. If you wish to
You
be
want to go
your
into crater?
usual
Why?
cowardly abandoning self and fly over, you're welcome to, but we must go there.
Why
we
would you
don't
want to go into crater?
Look, we don't want to go into the crater. We have to go into the crater.
You forget your keys down there or something? Why you want to go into
No.
crater?
The Lindra found God, and that God wants her to go into the crater.
What the fuck?
That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, all right. Well, okay. Well, you guys go ahead. I will stay here and watch you go into the crater.
Victor, you do know that the short...
Victor up by the head and just like, come along.
You do know, Victor, the shortest path and the only way to get to Olniel on time, especially since it took you another hour of short rest that you weren't anticipating, you would have to cut across the crater to make it there in time.
Group, bunch of slowpokes.
If they didn't take that hour short rest beforehand, maybe you could circumvent it.
We'd be on time.
Yeah.
You know, we'd be on time. But
also, that circle walking probably didn't help.
No.
I mean, I could probably get one of those catapults working.
All right, as leader of the group, then
I get it.
I think you should send the fox down there to take a look and see what's going on down there.
See what it says.
Yeah, see what the fox.
I step into the crater and start walking.
Or send the bird. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Victor, you really need to stop saying as leader of the group because you are not the leader of the group.
I lean down and go, you are the leader of the group.
Varkash, what the fuck is your problem? Seriously!
I think Varkash just doesn't want him to leave again.
I love it.
I have
Well,
abandonment
he's
issues.
going to anyway.
I love it. Abandonment.
You definitely can tell that if this was like a competitive pet ownership, you got one that spoils the cat, the other one that just tries to like say, off the furniture. No, come on furniture, it's fine. You want to scratch it? Go ahead, scratch it.
Yeah.
No, I
When the
don't
other one's
mind.
not looking, I get up on the couch. Yeah, I get it. All right, the rook's going down. Anyone else going after him?
I'm going after
Yeah.
him.
I'm the fun dad.
Continuing down, following the slope, this incline is a little steep, and you're able to make your way down carefully, but you do slide occasionally, sometimes maybe perhaps stopping as your feet come into contact with a skull or a piece of armor that allows you to catch your footing so you don't just keep sliding. But as you make your way down, you eventually continue this sloping descent towards the deep center. As you make your way, darkness begins to fall. At this time...
I want to keep an eye out for things and sensations.
Okay, make a
Devil
perception check. For-
Devil under
Specific.
my
For things and
experience.
sensations.
God, son of a... Okay.
With a 5. There's very little things and sensations for you to detect beyond the ordinary.
Just like a quick side question. Do I still have my branding from my previous patronage?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on that too, like kind of like rubbing it the whole time that
Sure.
we're down there.
I will begrudgingly pull up the back of the group as everyone goes. I will follow whoever is second last. I'll be 10 feet behind them. I'll
Okay.
be behind Varkash as I shrug and
All right.
and shake my head.
With Rook and Valindra, the two in the lead, making their way down and towards the center, darkness begins to fall. At this time, you make your way to what appears to be the center of the crater. When you reach there, you can see that there is what appears to be some kind of mass in the middle. It was small at first, but you can see that it's maybe a growing rock pile of sorts. Maybe someone was enshrining something, burying it with stones and rubble, maybe providing some kind of crude grave. Hard to tell. In the darkness, it begins to be a little bit more vague and hard to really make out. Varkash, eventually with light, allows him to give you guys a better idea of what it is. But as you begin to get closer to it and make your way, Varkash, make a perception check for me.
I'll also do my hairball produce flame.
Sure.
That's amazing.
All right, 17. So, Varkash, you notice that as you continue to walk, your weight is very heavy. And as you begin to step, you just realize that the ground feels like it just breaks very, very lightly underneath your feet. Almost as if you're walking on a frozen lake, and you can feel as if the dirt just cracks very carefully.
So, is this crater almost like nuked glass type stuff going on, or is it like actual soil?
It's actual soil, but what you would guess is that it's very compressed, as if like someone really pushed it down to make almost like a very smooth, like dirt.
Okay, so I know this. I'm going to like quick freeze in mid walk and go. We may have a problem.
What?
What?
I think my incredible girth may make me fall in a few moments.
Fall? Where? What do you mean? Are you gonna trip?
Maybe, or Possibility that the ground just might give out under me.
Oh.
Everyone stop moving.
I could make you a cloud.
It's adorable.
I do enjoy being a cloud.
As this discussion happens, by the way, the last of the sun sets. Darkness is all that surrounds you. And at that time, you all suddenly see something different. An additional red light. As if like the sun had come back up for some bizarre reason, but instead of it coming from the west, it comes from the south. And as you all glance for a quick second, you can see the glow become very bright and dark red. In the distance, somewhere in the sky, what appears to be tracing in the clouds, a circle, a faint red line. As you stare at it for a moment, 5 points extend continuous lines out. A red star is made.
Oh no.
It's connecting.
How far away from the edge?
Very far away from the edge.
Damn!
You're at the center of the crater. This line, this circle, is not above you. It's far away. Very far away.
Above Trilak, far away?
You guess so. It's in the south. It's right above the city.
Uh-oh.
And as you stare at it, suddenly, the beams, the points of the stars shoot down. And you can see that they hit something in the ground, but you don't know what's going on. But then suddenly, in the distance, a light bursts. A red sphere. And then eventually, after the thunder to the lightning, you hear and feel this blast that just pushes out and has eventually reached you. You can feel the ground shake slightly as the air is cascading by you. All of you, please make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, fuck.
Wow, shit, Rook.
Oh, Rook. Oh, Smokey.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna pop my inspiration on that real quick.
Oh, Varkash. Sure, pop your inspiration.
Well, for me, that's obvious, but...
Okay, Rook with a 22 instead of a natural 1. Taking that away from you.
I fall back and shout, Victor, catch me, my friend!
Oh.
That's just going to squish the cat at that point. So, the sudden wave, this concussive blast that follows in what appears to be a very similar sight to Varkash. Instead of it being white, it's red. This emblem, this sigil that was made in the sky is very similar to what was here in the Dreadfields. As you look back, and it just takes you all by sudden surprise, 2 of your friends just tumble backwards and fall towards the center, you included. As you come along and tumble, the ground beneath you suddenly feels the impact of your weight as you begin to feel the earth shatter with each impact as you roll, and suddenly the ground begins... You all fall as the cave-in occurs. Each of you just falling down at a time. You find yourselves suddenly just going, ow, 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 hitting what appears to be hard surfaces. Smokey, you impact what appears to be a terrible thud as you feel like you hit something, and then you hear a crack and a fall. I need all of you to please roll for me D4s.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, whoops, I typed in the wrong command type. One moment.
Okay.
There we go. Hey, perfect. Got some representation from every number.
All right.
Jesus.
Rook with a 1. And let's see. Varkash rolled a
3.
3.
So when this cave in
totally separated.
When this cave-in happens, DM, is it like straight down, or is it going down more like a big cone, like a V, but a big cone V kind of thing?
When you fall,
Yeah,
it's like a straight down.
straight down. Okay, so then never mind. I was gonna do something, but never mind.
No problem, no problem. And you rolled a 2, correct, Victor?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Victor and I
He's
rolled
with
the same.
Valindra.
Victor and Valinka.
Perfect. So, as the cave-in happens, each of you falls into different locations as you impact what appears to be something hard underneath. As you look that you fall down, Varkash's light illuminating a small area for you to see as you impact what appears to be a hard surface, more sturdy than dirt, as it seems to crack and crumble slightly. Varkash landing off to one side with a few chips and stones falling across his armor. Smokey rolling up to the front, appearing to be on the ground with 2 flaming braziers to the left and right. roaring with light as you can see what appears to be behind you a statue, a large monument that had been made underground. You can see above you what appears to be 20 feet of a ceiling leading up to the hole that you just fell through. As you look to the right, you can also see what appears to be Rook tumbling but landing on his feet with his dex save allowing him to be able to stay stationary. Behind you, you can also see Victor and Valinder falling off. Valinder kind of making an impact. Are you using your boots, by the way, Victor?
I mean, if we're gonna fall, I don't like to get dirty.
So you're going to use your boots to kind of like stabilize yourself. And as you stabilize yourself, you're just like, I got this. The boots fail. And you're just like, I don't got this. Boom! Down you go. Suddenly, there seems to be some loss of your magic ability as it just hits the ground. You land next to Valinder with a bit of a, ow! Cat claw maybe occasionally on left and right of her shoulder. But as you see yourselves all emerge in this underground chamber, you can see what appears to be silent figures staring at you, blinking in surprise. Small, squat individuals with skin that's been sallow and pulled back. In the distance, you can see in the shadows, with a gleaming torchlight giving some semblance to their shape, larger forms, big, massive, hulking things. Bellies extended out and large, bald heads with tusks protruding from the top. And in the center, there appears to be something even larger, spherical, circular in nature. But the one thing that stands out the most is a gleaming, reflective eye, a large center oracle that looks at you in surprise as you can suddenly see that you have entered what appears to be a domain hidden underneath the shrine above, as you look to see a floating creature with tendrils extending from its sides, eye stalks looking at you in surprise and alert, as there appears to be some creature wanting to know what has just happened, and it begins to look and talk in a very odd tongue. None of you, sadly, I checked earlier, know the language as he begins to bark out,
I don't suppose this is an early Balding support group meeting.
I need you all to roll for initiative.
I want to say this now. Bollocks.
Fuck.
And as you all roll for initiative, we will have our first break for you guys to understand the situation you have now entered. As you can see, what some of us are well known to know. A lovely friend, a friendly eye has looked back across from the way for you to encounter and enjoy. So, as they get their initiatives rolls starting, and we will put them up in the turn order, we will be right back with you guys to see what happens as they now face off against a beholder. So, be back in just a little bit, guys.
A beholder and ogres. What?
Awesome. Oh, I don't know why that went there.
Okay, and we are back with us to begin this combat as you guys have now stumbled across what appears to be a beholder in his lair. Now, we have, with this, at the top of the round, we've got Rook starting us off. So, Rook, what are you doing?
Alright, well, very first thing I want to do is definitely going to go ahead and... So, do I know what the smaller creatures are here?
They're goblins.
Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and Insightful Fighting the closest one to me.
Sure.
Right now. It's going to be an Insight check 20.
Alright, well, I'm pretty sure the goblin will fail because it doesn't have the best charisma, so yeah.
If it doesn't,
it doesn't. Yeah, you can get the sense that it's weak in its center. Probably you could take out its vital organs quickly.
And do I have a clear shot over this brazier, or is it bigger?
Well, you can see through the fires where he is, but yeah, the brazier is like a nice big basin, and the fires are maybe about like 4 to 5 feet tall.
Okay. And as far as these spikes, are those just flavor, or are they difficult
Those
terrain?
are spikes and difficult terrain.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... it was a bad time. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at him first things first.
Shoot! Fire away!
Let's do it. See how it goes.
Because you know Rook's brilliant with this. That hits.
Now, would the poison be deactivated for the hand crossbow right now?
I will tell you at this moment, the hand crossbow is mundane, but no matter what you do, it will kill it, because this creature is very weak. As you suddenly come out and stumble and fire, it just goes, and falls down. As you suddenly take out one of its minions, it looks at you very furiously. Is that the end of your turn, or are you doing something else?
Alright, if I move through this space, will I take damage?
Yes.
Or just be slowed?
You figure that it's very difficult. If you move at half speed, you might be able to avoid, perhaps, some of the deadly traps that are there. The pointed spikes and jutting iron struts.
I will move at half speed through here to about right there and end my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he is looking at you with fury as you killed one of his thralls, his tiny little slave. Unhappy with your slaying, he is going to roll a d10 at you. Alright, so I need you for me to make a strength saving throw.
I'm great at these. I have a 0 to it.
You got this.
You just barely succeed as you can feel what appears to be an eye stalk focus at you, and as it shoots out what appears to be this ray, you feel yourself get lighter as if you're about ready to be lifted off the ground, but you just grab onto one of the spikes, you just kind of like get yourself centered once more, no longer being held by this creature's telekinetic ray. Victor, what are you doing?
Crying? It's crying an option.
Accurate.
Alright, so let's see. We just stumbled into a pit, big thing with an eye, a whole bunch of other things looking at us like, and the things, those are holes in the ground? Like big black circles?
Though that is a pillar. The one in front of the beholder is a hole.
Okay.
So you're standing next to 2 pillars that are either side of this statue.
Cool. And from the vibe that I got when I fell, because my boots aren't working, so alright, gotcha.
The boots weren't working when you were falling from above. You don't know about right now.
Alright. And those fires are just braziers, right?
They are just braziers at the moment.
The fire elementals coming out of them.
Yeah, right. Alright, I'm gonna see if my boots work. Am I able to fly?
The boots at this point on the ground do seem to work.
Cool. Then I will fly over to this guy. They still work? Or
Alright, do you go over the statue, around the statue?
I don't know what this statue here?
Yeah, the statue's, it's rather tall.
Yeah.
Alright, as you get to the top, the boots fail.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, good to know.
And you begin to tumble as you go,
okay. So I'll try to land this thing and continue my movement over to that space anyway.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me. I'm pretty sure you'll pass with a monk.
Well, hopefully, now that you say that. Right.
You're fine. You're able to avoid landing on top of Smokey's head as he is right there on the other side as you go over.
Excuse me, pardon me. Okay, out of the way. And I will run over there and start bopping this guy in front of us.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack.
Alright. I will do it with my flute. Which is that guy.
That hits. Not enough to kill it, though.
Cool. I will make an unarmed attack and kick it. So I'll come over, hit it, and use the stick to kick it.
Alright. Okay, with a swing and then a kick, you definitely get a nice crack on the side of its head with your foot paw, caving in what appears to be the nose as the bone goes right through, piercing the brain, killing the creature.
Okay. As I fall and I roll over there and I start to attack this goblin, I'll yell back to everyone, "Be careful, I don't think much magic works down here." And I will use a key point to do patient defense and get ready for anything else coming.
Which is fine, because the little eye stalks were watching you as you suddenly took out another one of its minions. It's not too happy with that. Its main eye is focused on the top of the statue now that you get this idea of where the gaze is glancing at. It looks to be looking at the head that has now fallen off as your party has decapitated its very nice, brilliantly made monument. And it seems to be very pissed, not only at the destruction of property, but also for its minions. And you taking another one out is going to make it roll another eye stalk at you at the end of your turn. A 9. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, this will be the one I fail.
I believe in you. You can do this.
That is a fail. So, as you can see this eye, it focuses a narrow green beam, just shoots out towards you.
Can I spend a luck point?
Oh, yeah, sure, you can spend a luck point.
Okay.
You and your freaking lucky feet.
luck points is attack, ability, and saving throws, right? It's all three.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Dex, come on, baby. Great.
That still fails. That still fails.
Continue on with your green beam.
So, as the beam shoots out, you just try to get at the last second to use your instincts to dodge, but instead, a bit of it still hits you, and as you can feel it impact, part of your body begins to kind of turn into this terrible dust, and muscle and sinew just falls away. You are affected by disintegration. You will take 10d8 damage.
Okay.
Luckily, still halved from evasion, but still not good.
yeah, that's gonna be super fun.
All right, so you will take a total of 22 points of force damage since you have with your evasion.
Shit.
But you definitely take a nice sear off as you can see fur fading to dust.
Ow. 22? Okay.
Yeah, because of your evasion, but ouchie ouch. I need Smokey to go.
That roll was terrible, too, for damage. Okay. It's 10d? I don't care. Okay, Smokey is...
Oh, sorry, it was 10d8, yes. Do you want me to re-roll that? Let's see if it does more.
No.
Let's see if we do more.
You're still rolling 5.
Yeah.
He's doing two separate sets of
5. Yeah, 2 separate sets of 5. 10d8.
Oh, it's 10d8.
Correct, yeah. So that's 39. Half was going to be 14. So yeah, you get some back. Get a little bit back for Victor.
Yep, I'll take that.
Feel a little happy. Smokey, what you doing?
I get 7 back?
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't want to... He doesn't really know what's happening. Would Smokey have any idea what this thing is? Let's start with that.
Make for you do a history check. See if you've ever heard tales of creatures like this.
Quopa! 27.
Ooh.
Yes, you do. Tales have been told of these particular ones, these terrible creatures, the floating eyes, beholders. You know what they are, you know what they do, and you know how prideful they are. And sometimes they don't like it when things that they own are taken away from them or destroyed.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Just sometimes.
Not all the time. Sometimes
on occasion they're okay with it, you know?
Perhaps you heard that maybe if one saw a goldfish die, they might destroy an entire guild, but hey, that's just rumor.
Hey, Xanathar.
Smokey's going to go, it's a beholder! And he's going to run 5, 10, I can move. And seeing what Rook did, he's going to take half speed, 20, 30.
Okay.
And then he'll also try to dodge with its action.
All right. And that's your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. The ogres go. With an order being issued out in some kind of language you don't understand, they begin to move with great haste towards what appears to be the infidels that destroyed their master's work. Moving as much as they can. Let's see. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right towards Victor.
Meow, meow. Come on now, meow. Come on, meow.
The other one will go and get a better 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Moving slowly. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, He's going to move at half speed at that point, but he is dashing.
Bloody hell, he can move.
He can move, but he's dashing and moving slowly at the last leg to get close to those he saw duck behind, trying to avoid their master's gaze. But for you, Victor, he's going to try to crush you. As the ogre pulls out what appears to be a large stalagmite that has been broken off and has it used as a club to kind of squish the little kitty.
All right, 2 things real quick. One, I use patient defense as a bonus action, so I spend a key point for that, right?
Yep.
Correct.
All right. And the other thing is I used a luck point to reroll, but with dodge, I would have advantage on the dex save anyway, so can I get my luck point back for that?
That actually is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. And he swings with disadvantage with this big stalagmite.
11.
Whatever the hell he's swinging at me.
Leaving.
I'm guessing 11 misses you.
It does.
Okay, so you're able to just get out of the way real quick as you wait for the last second for it to come down. You just step to the side, just enough space so it just hits the ground. You're just kind of like dodging 2 way. It ain't gonna hit.
Meow.
But yeah, that's what the ogres do. Varkesh.
Jesus.
Okay, well, seeing as the bestest friend and the best leader this group has ever had,
That's right.
Victor is being assaulted by big tits over there. I'm going to freight train charge with Chariots of Fire playing in the background and see if I can tackle this ogre into the pit.
With a shove attack. All right, go ahead and make your athletics checks for me as you try to push it 10 feet towards the pit.
Push it real good,
Push
Varkesh.
it real good.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, it will roll its 16 to your
Ooh, athletics. 19.
successful.
Yo.
As you're able to push it back 10 feet with your own strength, allowing you from your racial heritage, giving you that extra oomph as it goes back 5, 10. It gets on the teetering edge. I'll have it make a dex save to see if it can avoid falling down into the hole. It's very bad at this. 17. It just keeps its footing. It's on the edge, and it looks like it's just like digging in the stalagmite, but it's there. It's teetering. Anything could just blow it off to the end.
Bonus action spirit. No, shit, I didn't have it equipped. I'm just going to move forward
Okay.
just to stop it from climbing up.
All right. And that's it? That's your turn?
No, I'm going to move here. And I'm going to breath weapon in a line to hit the beholder as well to see if I can get him to kind of close his eye temporarily.
Oh. All right.
So the ogre to the beholder.
It's a dex save for that. All right.
Yes.
So for the ogre, he passes.
Same thing.
So he takes half damage, but you still get to roll it. And for the beholder, he gets a +2 to his. So he rolls a. Oh yes, he succeeds.
Oh.
That's all right. But go ahead and roll your damage. 8. So with the ogre taking a mighty 4 lightning damage, and the beholder also taking the tiny.
But you said anything could potentially knock him off, and that was technically a lightning bolt to the chops.
Considering the fact that he did very well at dodging it, I would assume that
take this from me!
it's not quite enough. But he is on the. You get the sense that right now he will have to use his turn to stabilize himself, or he'd fall over. So you know he's going to have to use his turn to kind of get his footing back.
Well, thankfully, it's so much of a big display that I'm quite sure someone roguish might be able to take a pot shot at him.
Yes, but considering what you did was very irritating at that point, you can see that just between the legs, a little eye has come down and is looking and seeing you as it goes and focuses its wrath on something that suddenly dared to strike at it.
Hi.
And it is going to do a, all right, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
That's the worst thing I could post.
That was a strength save on me, but it worked out okay.
Thankfully, I still have inspiration, so...
Yes.
Come on, Big Blue.
Just for clarification.
You just fail. So, at this point,
I'm going to use an inspiration.
All right, go ahead and re-roll with your inspiration spent.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, the same thing.
It was destined.
So, without
Destined.
any other continuing help from your friends yet, you will see that you see a beam shoot out, and as it goes towards you, you can feel it impact you, but it doesn't hurt. Instead, you can feel your muscles just becoming heavy and slow. The armor is too much for you. You feel yourself becoming more delayed and sluggish. You are affected by the slow spell. You can only take actions, no bonus actions. Your movement is halved.
Bollocks.
Okay, and just to clarify, it can't actually use its eye stalks in its anti-magic cone.
Indeed, but guess where it's looking?
It's at the statue.
It's
top.
looking up.
Okay.
So it's doing this. The cone is facing up. Those of you below and underneath the half point of the statue are not subjected to it. When it saw you come in, it looked in fury at the destruction there. So its main eye is still focused on you taking away its statue, and it doesn't like you doing that.
Quick question. The effects of the slow spells are constipation? Constipation?
Constipation?
Constipation?
It's a constipation-based check.
Your speed is halved for 1 minute. Yes. There's no check. It is a dexterity. The dexterity is to avoid the beam hitting you. So, in addition, you cannot take reactions, and you can either take a bonus action or an action. You may repeat the saving throw at the end of the turn to make the effect end, but at the moment, you are half speed.
Your AC also drops by 2.
No, it does not actually in this one.
Oh, no?
No.
So
for the creature one, it does not.
Okay.
Yeah, so luckily for you, you're not weakened in armor, but a little slower than the rest. At this time, you can see the beholder a little bit furious, the eyes darting around in just rage at this point, seeing this sudden incursion on its territory. The eyes are darting about in their own little independent fury as they look to see what they're going to hit and what they'll fire. So, they will roll 3d10 to see what they're going to acquire. A 3, 7, and a 5. Alright, so we got a here. And, alright. So, for Victor.
Yeah.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Son of a bitch. I was gonna say, keep those dex rolls coming. I'll be okay with those ones. Con.
Oh, boy. Con. Right. As you yell that out.
Con.
Fail.
Oh,
all right. So Victor, you
now that
feel...
one I can use a luck point for, right?
Yes, you can. Do you want to do that?
There we go.
All right.
Fuck.
It's gonna roll 14 or higher. It'll be great.
Nice.
You just succeed.
Yay!
So you see this sudden ray come out, and as it hits you, you can feel it begin to sap your strength, but you don't let it happen as you just kind of focus it away and don't let its magic influence your body. You push it out and no longer take the necrotic damage that would have afflicted you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Lucky for you. But for the rest, I need Rook to please make a wisdom saving throw.
I love these. Nope.
All right, Rook, as the eye focuses on you, an intense red beam just shoots into your eyes, and suddenly what you see before you is something more monstrous and hideous than you could have possibly imagined. The creature has become even more terrifying to you. You are affected by fear at this point, so you are frightened. Now for the last one.
Don't be scared.
Varkesh. A ray shoots towards you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Come on,
Varkesh?
buddy.
You gonna roll it there, man?
We can't hear you because you're muted still.
Sorry, I was miles away. I was looking at shit. Sorry. A wisdom save, right?
Yes.
Yep.
15.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You just fail. So, at this time, you can feel what appears to be this sluggishness turn into drowsiness. And suddenly, as you stand there, you fall asleep.
No!
I'm standing right over the edge of a fucking pit.
And you are now asleep at this time.
It's gonna be great.
You are not only slowed, but you are now asleep.
I'm a sloth.
Yes.
Oh, how cute.
You're slow.
At this time, you can see the beholder move itself as it takes its action to move up 10, higher and above. You can see it's now above the pit, rising up, looking around as it looks over towards the rest of those beyond its little company in the front. So you can see its gaze focusing to the back. So it's now kind of hovering up to the point that Varkesh and Varkesh and Victor are not within the gaze, but the rest of you in the back feel that he's looking at you, or in your direction at least.
So is this pillar short then?
That pillar is all the way to the ceiling, so Smokey is behind some cover.
Yes.
Hey.
So the ogre is still there, right? It's just hanging.
The ogre is still there, but you can see that the beholder has kind of gotten a little closer to it and is looking down at it as if it was a pathetic thing. How could it fail against such a tiny, insignificant thing?
The tyrant executed. Take it off the field.
It is now Valindra's
So now
turn.
he can see me, right?
He's gotten up to the point that he can start to see you a bit more, yes. His rise up has nearly got him to the point where he's starting to touch the ceiling. It's maybe about 10 feet above him. but he can see you. He can see Rook, and he can't see Smokey yet because he's kind of well hidden behind a pillar.
Okay.
But what do you do?
Well, I guess since Smokey yelled out that it's a beholder and nobody else has been able to use magic in its gaze, I would gather that I can't use magic right now.
You don't know yet.
That's my best guess.
Victor's mentioned magic.
Yeah.
And you did hear Victor call out a warning of some sorts.
Yeah. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 behind the pillar so he can't see me.
You're moving at half speed, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I can't do anything.
Could attack the minions.
Yeah, but I can't get within range. I'll just Eldritch Blast this goblin.
Okay. Go right ahead and fire. That hits. That misses. That hits. First one dealing 10 damage.
Oh, shit.
The first one with the second is enough to, as you can see, the creature just very surprised at you suddenly coming around from the dark as it just looks and blows apart, as the force damage is enough to just knock it off its feet. The poor thing, unable to stand a chance against you, but the beholder's eyes can see once more one of its minions suddenly get taken down. It is not happy. It is not happy at all. And it cannot see who's done it yet, but it will. And woe betide those who take away its property. What else are you doing?
Fuck. I'm going to... I hate to do this. I hate to burn a spell slot like this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to cast Action Surge. I'm going to Action Surge.
Okay.
And then I'm going to Dimension Door me and Smokey behind this pillar.
Ooh.
Which pillar?
The one behind the beholder.
Ah, all the way back there. Okay, so
Yeah.
you grab onto Smokey, and as you look to the corner of the edge, you just kind of use your own perception to shoot yourself behind the creature.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and shoot yourself over.
And in turn.
All right. I need you both to make stealth checks for me, please.
Oh, Lindra. Let's see.
With triple advantage.
God damn.
Quadruple advantage.
Oh, jeez.
Both suck.
Let's just see
You
what
both
happens
still
with
suck,
that one.
But yeah.
Okay.
3.
So,
Jesus
as you
Christ.
move and get yourself into that position, the goblins are moving around with speed. As this one moves up and over to go towards that, it hears suddenly you appear in the back, and it stops, and it looks over, as it then sees you, and it just goes, Master! Master, here! And you can see it hold up what appears to be a very polished piece of metal, as it's kind of holding it at an angle,
This
and you can
piece of
see
shit.
it's trying to show it where you are. The
So
other
glad I
goblin.
just wasted that spell.
The other goblin also calls out as he's calling, saying, Master, here! Here! By Kenku, as you can see. But, by the way, sorry, you speak Goblin Smokey. Only you can
I do.
understand this. So you can hear them calling out as if, like, trying to, like, say, pick me, as they each basically make themselves go into position. The one right by Victor just kind of takes a few steps back and continues to get himself ready, holding what appears to be a piece of metal.
Oh, we didn't notice that before. Okay.
Their turn didn't really start at this time. They were
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doing their daily routine, but then suddenly as you appear, they pull out, instead of a weapon, it's like a polished sheet of metal instead,
Yep.
and a mirror-like surface reflects. At the end of the goblin's turn, the beholder eye stalk looks in the direction, one of them glancing off to the goblin that called back to it, as it can see what appears to be a female figure, the one that was probably perhaps hiding, now suddenly behind him. Curious, a spellcaster. Perhaps she should be removed. Eliminate the threat. It fires. 2. All right, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, Valindra.
That's good. That's good.
Oh my god, hold on. My roll 20 just fucked up. There it goes.
Come on.
16.
It's a pass.
You just saved. As you can feel this beam boom, boom, ricochet onto you, you can feel it hit you, and you can feel yourself wanting to kind of like be turned almost to a sense of like stone where your muscles freeze. But as you stand there in a slight moment of petrification, it's gone. The paralyzing ray, however, is now no more. It doesn't affect you. But Rook, what are you doing?
All right. So, to clarify, this is a version of frightened to where attacks while I can see it are at disadvantage, and I can't willingly move closer.
Correct.
Perfect. All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20 places myself here. Am I still able to see it?
The beholder?
Yes.
Yes.
Even through the pillar.
Yeah, well, you can still see it, like, right between the pillar and the monument. You can see it there floating up above near where the ogre's head is.
I'm doing my absolute best to put myself somewhere where I can't see it, so I will spend another 10 feet of movement to put myself here.
You get the sense you're now starting to get behind cover.
Alright. Let's see. So it's 30 feet over to this goblin here. I'm going to insightful fighting it and then shoot at it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna fail. I'll guarantee you it'll fail. It's a squishy center. Go for the middle.
Kill the
Easy enough.
goblin, kill the goblin.
That's the idea.
Oh,
That's a
15!
Jello belly.
Oh no. That misses.
What? No!
Oh,
15
Jello
misses.
belly
15
goblin.
misses.
Well, that's my turn. It's movement, bonus action, action.
Alright, so as you can see, these ones, as you aim for it, the reflective thing acts like a shield, and it dinks off of it. These things are a little more armored than the average goblin. Not as healthy, but still.
and you
Little
moved half
tough nut.
speed.
Yes, it did.
Alright. And that's your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay. 16 is needed to hit them. Very close. So, as you see them off, the eye stalk looks up into your direction. And seeing that you tried to take out another one of its friends, and you had done so successfully before, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. You're good at these.
We'll see if I roll well, though. Yeah, okay. I did.
Just enough.
Ugh.
Just enough. So, with 70, you can see a very similar, sickly, thin green ray go towards it, and it goes, boom, try to reflect off to you, but as you can see the mirror line up, you're just like, out of the way as it goes behind you, hits the wall, disintegrating what appears to be the remains of the stone on that side. Lucky for you, you dodged out of the way.
This is all very unpleasant, and I don't like it.
And it is Victor's turn.
Okay, so goblins are all flying around, and ogres and beholders, and Varkesh just dropped.
Yeah.
I'm going to run over to Varkesh's space, and since I'm smaller than him, I should be able to occupy the same spot as he is.
Climb
And-
aboard. Yeah, sure.
And you're gonna
Yeah,
puppet me.
I'm gonna run over and use his belly as like a trampoline and bounce up and try to hit this ogre into the pit and see if I can get him the rest of the way.
Okay,
It's tough to
with your kind of version of shaking and jostling, make a strength check for me to see how well you are effectively using your own tiny weight to kind of go to wake him up.
Ooh.
Well,
Pretty
I
good.
just did a strength save. I don't know if that means any different.
I don't know if monks are wisdom
Monks
and
do
dex,
have
I
strength.
believe.
No, they're dex and strength.
Dex and strength. Okay, so you would just lose. It's still 15 would be enough to do it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're able to jostle Varkash as you just kind of go come up from the sleep for a moment as you make your attack against the ogre.
Okay. With my flute. Hiya!
Oh well, yes, that'll hit.
I will do a death strike on that because being a Kensei monk, when you hit a target with a Kensei weapon, you can spend 1 key point to cause a weapon to deal extra damage to the target equal to your martial arts die.
All right, and your martial arts die is a d6, correct?
Yup.
Roll 2d6 because it's crit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Kenseis are cool.
They are.
There you go.
Nice, another 8.
And hey, your AC goes up too.
So it should be yeah, what is that? 10, 18. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Does it add? It's not adding in my. Is it? Looks like
It
Never
is.
mind.
You rolled lousy.
I know, it's so sad, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I just want to make sure it was adding it in there. Yep. So 18 points of bludgeoning damage
For the
with
first
quarterstaff.
strike.
Yes.
Second strike.
Second. Has he fallen in yet?
Nope, he's not going to fall in. Unless you shove him, he won't fall. The strikes are kind of
Yeah.
like doing impacts. You can change your second attack to a shove.
Yeah.
All right,
Since
changing
I
it to a
crit-
shove.
Since I crit on that first one, yeah, we'll try to push
All
him
right,
in the
so-
rest of the way here.
Make an athletics check as you try to boom, push it back. Dazing it in the head with the
Athletics.
first strike, a nice critical blow to the skull. Ooh, you probably could succeed. Oh, you
Oh,
just
damn.
barely do. as you use that moment of confusion to kind of get your advantage to lever in a nice kick to the gut, as you can see him kind of go as he falls into the pit below and disappears.
All ogre for this man.
Nice job, Kyle.
As I'm standing over Kesh, I don't know if I woke him up yet or not, but I'm
did.
going to use another key point to patient defense myself.
On top of Varkesh?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. So, Victor, as you kind of get yourself ready into position again, you're just like, oh, shit. And you're getting yourself ready, but at this time, the Beholder knows you're of no threat to him. You're small, you can't reach him. But the one in the back, that one.
No.
Magic user is the worst. And
He has no pity for a magic user.
With its intelligence and tactical skill, it knows to go towards those who might propose more problems to it, and it's going to try and fire another ray at Valindra. Valindra, I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Good.
I'll say, y'all.
Am I able to see the Beholder in the mirror?
If you look towards the mirror.
I mean, I saw a green frickin' beam come and hit Valindra, so I'll say I'm looking that way.
It's hard to see, actually, from your angle, actually. You'd be kind of behind it, yeah.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
Valindra, you suddenly see, as she is standing there, she just suddenly goes and falls asleep.
Damn it.
Cool. I don't like beholders, guys.
I don't like him either.
All right,
The
so...
Spanish thing is the worst thing that could have possibly happened to me as a rogue.
Valindra, falling asleep. Smokey, what you doing?
Smokey's gonna just peek on out. He sees the Beholder's not looking at him.
Correct.
He is gonna try a banishment.
Okay.
Yes.
DC 17.
All right.
Banish him. Banish him. Banish him.
Can they get advantage?
I don't know.
If they're magic resistant.
He has a +8 to his saving throw.
Come
Oh,
on.
damn. That
Oh,
charisma
boy.
save is strong. Damn.
That's not. Roll that again. That's. Oh, or did you just? It's advantage.
Yes.
I thought you mistyped it.
No.
Yeah.
28.
Okay.
That would have been enough if you didn't get that advantage, too.
Yep.
Yeah, but I
Good
get
try.
some.
Good try.
I got some ward back.
You did. You did.
That. I'm gonna make this hard on him, and I'm gonna go.
Smokey, though, from the rear and
What?
getting a good shot on him, make a perception check real quick, because you are focusing on him, but your eyes are glancing around. There might be details you spot.
Siba!
Nope, you don't spot anything. Big ugly eye, that's all you know. Nope, just keep going.
Cave.
So,
Cave
quick
of
question.
stuff.
I am awake now, right?
You are awake, but still slow.
That's fine.
I will activate my feline agility, and I'm gonna go. Yeah, we'll do it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60.
Wow.
This is a pit, right?
That is a pit, yes.
Oh! Can I adapt?
That's a pillar, though.
That's a pillar
Yeah.
next to it, yes.
We're gonna go.
There, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be right on top of this goblin.
Interesting life decision.
Okay.
I like it.
I don't want to be shoved. I'm gonna be out next to the goblin.
Okay.
Okay, that's turn.
All right. So, at the end of your turn, with the forced movement of the ogre falling down in there, you're not sure what happened, but the other one continues its slow, steady pace as it kind of goes 5, 10, 15, 20. That's all it can move if it goes carefully across. It doesn't really want to pit anything, but it's going to take what appears to be some of the metal here, pull out one of the loose ones, and fling it at Rook, as it's going to throw at him.
with
So, Rook, you 18 to
Come
hit.
back, Twitchy bird.
That'll hit.
All right, so you take 8. Are you going to reaction duck away?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, so you only take 4 piercing damage as the javelin, this improvised javelin, flings at you, and you just kind of get out of the way, kicking a tiny scratch to the side. The other ogre seems to have fallen down into some kind of tunnel-like maze. At the moment, you're not sure what happens, but then... Okay, so, at this time, Smokey, getting closer to the pit, you hear what appears to be the sound of the ogre continuing its sound, and you can hear it just kind of going... As there must have been some kind of roller coaster tunneling system around that allowed him to pop out at random, and he pops out right next to you.
What?
Jeez.
I'm sure he doesn't have any other time to do anything else.
It's for his movement. He fell down. He didn't have any control. He just pops out with a random D5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Geyser?
He just pops out. It's basically what you can see. These tunnel systems allow the people, anything that falls in, will roll around at random and be spat out at a certain point. He spat out right there.
Okay.
You have a
Sounds
friend.
potentially useful to us, though.
It is something you can use. So think about it now. But at that time, he comes out and sees you as he just goes, boom, and tries to land with its force to hit you.
Great. I'd take it over the beholder. Damn it, I can't block that.
Okay.
It hits.
You take 12
Damn it.
as the bludgeoning boom impacts you from behind.
Take 1 damage. Okay.
1 damage with your lovely absorb. But yes, so that's the ogres during their turn. Now, as the ogres finish off, Varkesh, what are you doing?
Right, seeing as I've woken up, I'm going to look to Victor in my very slow, infused way, and I'll be like, kick, punch, destroy this to cover that eyeball with contents. And I'm going to, like, reach in and pull out the 5-gallon drum of lamp oil I have.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold my action to throw it, and hopefully Victor will Beckham this thing and kick it and try and smash it and spill its contents all over the beholder.
Unfortunately, it's an action to pull things out of a bag of holding.
Yeah, I know.
That's his action.
You can't hold your action. You used your action to pull it out.
Is it action or bonus action for bag of holding?
It's an action to pull it out. So I could say, like, you can pull it out and kind of throw... Like, it's that version of, like, if you can hold it, summon it, have your hand, get ready, and you're just kind of, like, doing this version of, I'm going to pull it out, in a sense. So it'll give you, like, a quick disadvantage throw.
Or could I kind of, like, hold it up to prepare it for the monk to do his Shaolin thing?
Oh, yeah, you can absolutely lift it and hold it, like, in positions like, say, kick it for me.
Yep. Okay, I'll do that, and I'll hold it up like a golf tee and just let the monk ready to kick and break this thing all over the beholder.
Okay, go ahead and make your, Now, for this saving throw, it's going to be based on the slow spell, so go ahead and make for me the wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I should be able to do this. Come on.
Should.
I believe in you.
No,
oh my
sadly
God.
you fail.
My
You're
belief
still
has been
slow.
betrayed.
Oh my God.
With the sad rolls not in your favor tonight, with maybe perhaps more help from the audience. Instead, you are still slowed by this spell, as it keeps you from using any other abilities. At this time, the beholder takes...
Victor hears it, right?
Victor hears you say that, of course. He's right on top of you as you kind of pull it out with him standing there and you're doing this. It's very hard for him to miss that. So.
Don't do drugs, kids.
So, as you can see, the eye stalk's darting around, looking around frantically to see what it can try to get to before it makes its move. It's going to see what it has to bring up for you all. So with the 3 stalks it has... Okay!
It can't do 2. It cannot do 2.
It cannot, so it is going to have to re-roll that other one real quick. There we go. Alright, so, for the first one... Yeah, it's going to take advantage of this. With the mirror reflection happening, it focuses its gaze to Valindra. This ray that shoots out is a very dark black ray, glowing a very eerie light as it...
I'm going to try and counterspell it.
You can't counterspell, it's not a spell.
Fair enough.
Sorry. It shoots out this black beam. It goes ding ding, ricochets off towards Valindra, who is asleep, unable to use any saving throw to avoid the damage, and instead will take the full hit of the death ray.
Oh, fuck.
I forgot
So,
that was asleep.
The death ray.
Yeah, you did.
It will deal 58 damage to Valindra. You are awake.
She's awake.
You're awake, but you're dead. But you're alive. But sleeping
time.
at night.
So, waking up to this sudden gasp as you feel your life being pulled out from you, this terrible sensation as if your soul is being sucked from your body. You feel like you are just like the worst nightmare has taken hold of you. You've woken up into hell. Smokey.
What are there any additional side effects to Death Ray?
If you die, but you did not die, so that will not be a thing for you.
I did not die.
as the other
Holy
one looks
shit.
towards to see what it can, the only ones that it can target are Victor, Varkesh, and Smokey. So, for Victor, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
Oh, that's right. You're under Varkesh.
Well, he's on top of Varkesh.
Yeah. Tokens are...
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
around.
yes.
I'm around that area.
So, wisdom saving throw. All right. You are affected by the charm spell. The beholder now is friendly. A benevolent leader, someone who is there to care for you and comfort you as he looks at you and smiles. You're just like, oh. It's down to you what you want to do later on, but at the moment, you are charmed.
Just laying there going, oh, shit.
The last one goes towards
Meow, meow.
Smokey. Smokey,
Okay.
can I please have from you a wisdom saving throw?
All right. It's not the worst. Cuba! That's 10.
And Smokey feels a sudden ray impact him, and he falls asleep.
Son of a bitch.
Why are saves always so garbage?
And at this time, the beholder is going to remove its anti-gravity, its floating capability, and with its height, allow itself to fall and drop into the hole underneath it. And it goes down into the system. And it pops out where the ogre is.
Where Smokey
Jesus.
is.
Yep, right where Smokey is.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a bad time for our little sleepy feline.
All right.
This is
Valindra.
bad.
Awoken to a terrible sensation of death. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the goblin.
Okay. Blast away.
Fire away.
Oh, yes. The first one will hit. That is enough to take it out, as the first impact just is enough to once more send it flying, as the metal it has to try and shield itself impacts it instead, as it makes a terrible dent, as you can see, as if like the metal pierced inside its rib cage, cracking and breaking inside. It'd be dead.
Okay. Can I pick up the metal it was using as a mirror?
Don't know if he has that yet, but yeah, so you can pick it up. Yep, you can pick up the dented piece of metal.
And I'm holding it in front of me.
Ah, okay.
Fuck this. And do I get to redirect my other two Eldritch Blasts?
You can, because they are a...
Okay. I will fire them. I will fire them at the beholder. I know that second one misses, but
You can't really see the beholder behind that pillar.
okay. Can I see the edge of the...
The ogre? Yep, you can see that,
Yeah.
and the goblin.
Okay, I'll shoot the ogre.
All right, the ogre with your second one will hit, but with the third one will miss.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it no, the second one hit. The third one hits too. Sorry, ogre have very, very tiny. So yeah, both will do 6 damage to the ogre.
Jesus. Okay. And then I'm gonna bonus action second win myself so that I can have more than 2 hit points.
All right, with Winnie still beside you.
What?
I had 60 from running into that stuff, and it did like 58 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
So, but with you and Winnie still nearby, keeping himself close to try and make sure you don't die, you take the full heal.
Yeah, so that's 13. So I'm at 15 hit points now.
All right. So, with yourself gaining some health back, the last remaining goblin still alive sees its master from behind and sees the sleeping cat and realizes, cat's not a threat. It's going to move around to try and position better.
Kayla, did you still have movement?
I do. I have a little bit, but I don't know where to go.
I noticed a bit of a rip. Damn it, I really can't do it now unless the DM's... Alright, just saying, because I'm slowed and I could probably put you up to full health again when it comes to my turn. Just a shot in the dark.
Sadly, you wouldn't be able to give that out because you're a little slow.
I know,
Yeah.
but...
You also can't see me right now because you don't have dark vision.
We have braziers.
Yeah.
You can barely maybe see Valindra just kind of moving
I wouldn't
barely.
be able to see beyond.
That's all right. Rook! Top of the round.
Okay, real quick here. Do I have any sort of repeating save for the fear effect? Since
At the end of your
Varkesh is
turn,
slow?
yes.
I should have made 2 rolls additionally that I haven't yet. Then may I make those now?
Yes, of course.
Sweet. See if I can shake it off.
Nope. Yes. Second one you do.
Perfect. Okay, so that makes my life a hell of a lot easier now.
Jesus.
This is at the end of your turn, by the way, so you making this for this turn?
No, that would have been for last turn.
The last
I've
turn
been
was the
affected by
14,
two
wasn't
turns
it?
already.
Yeah, but don't forget,
Yeah,
because you went first, the Beholder casts its thing on you after its turn, so last turn was your first round, which would have been the 14 to save at the end. This is now your roll to save at the end of this turn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that being the case, I will move myself 10, 20, 25. So I can't see the Beholder. And insightful fighting on the Ogre.
Sure. I'm pretty sure you'll
25.
succeed. Yeah.
Okay. Goddamn, that was a real bad roll, but
Go for
I'm
the
only rolling
underarm.
20 either way.
Go for the underarm. That's the weak spot right there. You can get it right in between the ribs.
All right, let's give it a try. 27 to hit.
Hey.
And you definitely deal. Ooh, nice. That is going to be
15 plus 20.
41 points of damage.
Yes.
Very nice. As you definitely get a nice solid bolt go right in between the ribcage and just kind of stops there. Hands raised as it just finished throwing the javelin at you with your counter firing back in revenge. It looks really badly hurt.
I'm going to use the remainder of my movement to put myself there, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. The Beholder can't see you at this point. You're unable to be ricocheted and reflected by the goblin who was trying to keep an eye on you. So instead, it's going to shoot its thing at Victor.
Sweet.
The kitty that is standing there because it wants you to stay there. Just don't move.
Okay.
To be fair, he's charmed.
Yep. So you fail the save. It just shoots off at you as your friendly face just kind of smiles as you feel a beam come at you. A sudden impact as you feel it. You start to stiffen. You look down at your hands. They're slowly petrifying.
No!
Oh, wonderful.
So, that's at the start of your turn. You are now... It's your turn.
He's
Okay.
paralyzed.
Not yet.
So can I use my action to negate the charm now?
Yes. Well, actually, the
Good
charm
luck.
is gone because you have now taken an impact from him.
Or
Okay.
bolt damage, something or other, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But your body is slowly turning to some kind of hard, inanimate material.
Okay. So I don't have to use my action to take that off now.
No.
So okay, and that ray happened before my turn went. It went after.
Correct. That happened after Rook's turn.
Rook's turn.
So at the start of your turn, your hands are feeling stiff. They look like they're turning to stone.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Gosh, I really don't know what to do here, guys.
As Valinda shares her concern as she calls out with a, "No, she truly cares."
Oh no, that was Caleb.
Okay.
Wonder don't give a fuck.
Wow.
She does, but she just doesn't want him to know that. So
Wow.
she wouldn't call out. Plus, she's kind of dealing with her own shit right now.
Right. Okay.
Varkas, did you make a wisdom saving throw at the end of your last turn? Make it again. And unmute yourself, by the way.
Come on.
Okay, that's
Gosh.
fine. That's fine. Keep going, Rook. Victor, what are you doing?
I really don't know what this is doing to my hands, but fuck me, I guess. I don't really have any monkey stuff to negate this because monk stuff is charmed and frightened.
That's
Right?
it.
Yep.
And disease.
And poison and disease at this point. All right.
Yeah, none of that right now.
All right, cool. Well, then I'm just gonna go make a Hail Mary for this thing. And can I, all right, my hands are stone.
They're starting to become stone, yes.
Fuck. As in, I can't pick this barrel thing up that Varkesh is holding.
No, you could have kicked it if you wanted to, but the Beholder who was once there is no longer there. You can try kicking it into the pit if you want.
Yeah, but I can see him over here, right? In the pit over here.
Varkesh or the
elevated
Beholder?
himself
The Beholder's way over there. You can see him.
Can you not, like, David Beckham that fucker all the way over?
He could try.
That would
Bend
be
it
a
like
mighty
Beckham.
big David Beckham, man.
Do you want to Beckett?
Bend it like Beckham, son. Go on.
5-gallon barrel.
Go on, son. You can do it.
I'd rather just go beat the shit out of this thing.
Do it.
Yeah.
You do you, man. It's your life.
I'm just gonna fly over here, and can I see which way this thing's looking?
It's looking kind of in your direction towards Varkesh and you.
All right. I
But you
wanna
did
fly
notice
up
that a
over-
beam went towards you.
Right. All right. I want to fly up over top and then drop down on top of it.
Sure. Easy enough to do.
Cool. And then when I'm on top of him, I'm just gonna, until I freeze myself, I guess I'll just fucking go ape shit and just go ham and just start. I probably can't hold my quarterstaff, right?
You can. You're just like, no, it's still gripping in your hands as you were like starting to feel it, so it's still kind of, you're still barely able to move, but the sensation of it is still there.
All right, I'm gonna fly over, drop down, drop on top of this beholder, and as a cat, I can scratch at it. So I'm just gonna scratch away, just
do what you can.
Yep, just all unarmored stuff.
Go right ahead.
Unarmed strikes. So
miss.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Miss.
Ugh.
Flurry of blows.
All right, go ahead. Hit.
E.
11 bludgeoning.
Miss.
18, huh?
So it takes 11 points of slashing, because it's technically.
It does.
Not bludgeoning.
Yeah, but you tear at it with your claws.
And I will just stay on top of the beholder, just chilling on top where all these little spiky things are.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, cool.
You got this, buddy.
Lucky point.
All right.
Lucky point.
This is the time.
Oh god.
This will be real bad if it doesn't work out. Oh my god.
Oh, God.
So, as Victor goes right on top, you can see that as he begins to go at it, he starts clawing and clawing the last of his strength in there as he suddenly just gets up to that one point where he just starts to freeze, and you can see him go. He's stone.
God.
Not even paralyzed?
He is stone.
I thought it was 3 saves.
Okay.
Now we have a little kitty statue. You can't leave the
take with
group
you on
now,
all your-
Victor.
On all your travels. Oh god. Okay. I mean, I can't. Obviously I can't do anything else.
That's
so I
fine.
guess
All right.
Yeah.
Smokey, you're snoozing.
I can't fly as a statue, can I?
Nope.
I don't think so.
But you can fall.
Yeah. Well, there I am.
But you'll just fall whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. That's my turn.
All right.
I don't think I get a save for sleep.
No, you're just asleep.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
That's
at the end of Smokey's turn, it's going to shoot one at Varkash.
Oh no.
Leave me alone.
All right, Varkash, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
it's the fear.
You pass.
There you go.
And you are no longer beguiled by this creature as it's trying to look at you with its smile. Never smile at a beholder. Never tip
just
your
li-
hat
li-
and
lift
start
my
to
head up
a while.
Give it that.
Yeah. But you get the sense that it was trying to charm you, very similar to what it did to Victor.
Right.
It is the ogre's turn. And the ogre... It sees a sleeping kitty and looks towards the beholder for instructions. And you see it just kind of gesture towards the one female in the back. And the ogre moves past Smokey.
It can't. I don't think it can attack you though.
I don't
Nope,
know,
it can't
they're
attack you.
fast motherfuckers.
It can just get to there.
Jesus.
But it just goes... and moves with its might, with its mass.
Boom, boom.
It goes... You get the
Got
idea.
to make a boom boom.
Shut up, you two. And the other one, 5, 10, 15,
No.
20, just gets around there and sees the nasty little bird that just pierced it with its own bolt and picks up another one of the things that jars it off from the ground and flings it towards you. It is going to make a 22 to hit.
Fuck.
That'll hit, and
take-
I will use my reaction to have it.
You take 5 of the piercing damage as you duck out of the way just in time, only to take another scratch onto the side of your body. It still hurts. That massive thing was like a crowbar size of metal that it just flung at you like it was nothing. Varkash.
Okay. Right. I would have watched as much as I can and heard the ogre bolt off into that direction.
Yeah.
Now, with light, it has a certain of light, and then it has a certain amount of ambient light.
Correct, yes.
Right. Valindra picked up a reflective mirror, so the ambient
Oh,
light
you can see
should
her.
be-
She's within your dim light range.
Right, okay, so I'm going to stand my big blue ass up, and I am going to point in a general direction, just below the mirror, so this doesn't end up bouncing back at me.
This is not a ray; it won't bounce.
Just, I don't care. I want to clarify just in case you decide to fuck
No.
with me.
No.
And I'm going to cast heal.
All right, Valindra, as the slow hand comes towards you, holding what appears to be at the center of its armor, the medallion that's embedded inside its design, glows and bleeds out a healing light that shoots towards you, and as it reaches you, you suddenly arch back as this surge of vitality returns to you. You're healed for 70.
70 points of healing? What did you cast?
Heal.
Heal is huge.
Healed with heal.
Just when you said you had 15, I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I'm back up to full now.
All right.
There you go.
With a very important heal spell, Varkesh gets you back up.
And you're welcome. And I slowly start running off.
Wisdom saving throw after you finish moving.
This direction.
All right.
Hopefully I can, so that'd be
You can go
half
15
moves
feet.
And
Can't quite make it behind the statue.
you
can
Five
jump
to
in the
50, you can
hole.
get right there, yeah.
Actually, no, that's a good idea. I'm going to jump in the hole. And
Oh,
perform
alright.
my wisdom save as I'm
Jumping
being
in the
tunnel
hole.
shot.
All right, so as you jump in the hole, roll a d6 for me.
Come on.
Join
Land.
me over here.
Hope for anything except 5.
All right.
Well, 5
All
actually
right,
is-
so you appear over here. As you come out, you just get shoved out. Roll a d4 for me real quick.
Okay.
Because you're slow, you wouldn't have control over where you want to land. It's just going to happen. All right, you land in the south side.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
Make a wisdom saving throw to see if you can shrug off that slow.
All right, cleric with a +8 mod. Pull this off.
Come on. Pull yourself together.
And you shrug it off. The slow no longer hinders you. You are able to cast both action and bonus action once more.
I start flash dancing on spot, going, "It's back!" Just start running off.
Then move again.
Now, at the end of your turn, though, the beholder, seeing you,
Oh bollocks!
will shoot out an eye beam at you.
Well, it's better it be me, I suppose.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
You sure?
God. Oh,
Hey, if anyone's watching,
you got
kinda
this.
Take save.
Inspiration.
You succeed! As you can see, another green beam shoots towards you, and as you just get out of the way, you're like, "Land, no!" As you just get that kind of like side step version as you do this kind of
Limbo bend
woo!
backwards.
Yeah.
Like, you bastard.
But it just goes right by you. Popping out at a danger zone, you're able to avoid it. So,
Matrix.
the beholder moves and shrugs off the statue as it moves over here away from it. Victor,
I wanted to go with him.
as Victor falls down into the pit,
Stone claws embedded in top of the scalp of the beholder as you just
Stone Victor emerges out from the center. And
Just-
Stoned Victor. All right.
what the hell?
the beholder is going to see what it can fire.
I like that my statue is rolling around in tunnels as it.
All
pops
right,
back out.
so
Oh, man.
okay, all right. First one, it's going to aim at Varkesh. I need Varkesh to make for me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Ooh. My thing won't open. 1 second. Sorry, it's constipation.
Yes.
Constipation.
My entire character sheet is busted. What the fuck? Aha! Gotta work. Okay. Shit. 19!
You succeed. As the beam hits you, you feel yourself seizing. The muscles begin to harden, but you don't let it overtake you as you push off this paralyzing ray. So, lucky for you.
Oh, I'm gonna make this fucking beholder regret picking on me.
All right.
If you survive.
If I lost it.
That's
The one
Smokey.
that's hit it so far, I think, is Smokey, right?
It's going to just shoot this one at Smokey because you're helpless right now.
Oh,
And it shoots
no.
a beam right towards you. Disintegration.
Green.
No!
Yeah, so it's going to roll. It's 10d8.
Should survive.
Oh my god.
Just don't do another frickin' Bahir.
Jesus!
Those are D10.
Yes!
I see that. They're
You gotta
D8.
re-roll that shit, man.
They are D8. They are D8. I know, it
Oh,
misclicked. It was just funny how you said, don't pull another bullet, and it was just like, oh, well.
You've just given the cleric a cardiac event.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, let's try that again. So, boom, 25 plus
gluing dust
13. Much better. So you take 38 points of force
Wow.
damage.
Jesus.
That was less than just the one.
The
set
one
of
from the
D10s.
first one. Yeah, I know.
Holy shit.
Oh god, thank goodness. So yeah, you take that as you wake up to this sudden as you look down to the side, you can see your arm partially disintegrated a little bit. The muscle right there by the elbow has been pushed away, and you can see less of yourself there. It hurts to move.
So who was that at?
Smokey.
Smokey.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Not you. No.
No. I was thinking it was Victor. For some reason.
Or Victor. Oh no, Victor's a
I was
statue.
thinking,
No.
I guess helpless kitty.
I'm a stone statue.
No, but as
Oh,
that
boy.
one, it's also then going to let's see. It's going to move at that point, because I'm sorry, so when it was here, it could still fire at those two, but it's going to float up in this direction.
Oh, you fucker.
And it's going to just see Rook on the edge. Just right there. On the little snitty cusp. I need you for me. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
See his little tail feathers.
Oh boy. All right.
Come on,
22.
Bill.
You succeed! As you can see, once more, another beam come out towards you, and you just get out of the way as it just ricochets and hits nothing but the dirt behind you. Lucky for you, you avoided it. Valindra, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm probably gonna like bonus action hex this beholder,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna hit it with magic missile 4th level.
Okay,
Nice.
I will say you probably have to move just a little bit on top of the goblin corpse just to see it right now, because the ogre and the
No,
thing in the
that's
way.
fine.
But yeah, but you can definitely then see it at that point as you fix
So
a hex
that's
on it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 6 magic missile.
For level 5th level casting?
4th.
4th level
Yeah,
casting.
4th level.
Oh,
That's
okay,
6.
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then 6 hexes.
All right, so that's 10,
5,
20.
6.
Oh gosh. Okay, so let's try that again. All right, so
1, 2,
Oh, that last 6 is not.
10,
sorry.
20, 26 for the magic missiles, 30, 34, 37, 38, 42, 48.
Ignore that last 6.
All right, 48. Nice.
Nice damage.
48. That is definitely a nice impact on the creature as you focus the missile attack. You can see them impact, and each one as they go leaves like a nasty, sickly, necrotic wound that grows from the impact, and you can see it hurt it nasty. That took a lot from its health. You are the most dangerous one of them all right now.
Good. And I'm
Atta
going to
girl.
take that little mirror thing and I'm going to put it right in front of me so that it's facing the beholder directly.
Okay.
And I'm also going to kind of step back behind his little ogre friend.
Okay, yeah, getting the ogre distance. Yep, that's good. All right, that's the end of your turn?
That's it.
All right. So, the other goblins are going to try and position themselves again to help out as they move. This one's going to go there. And then it's going to dash.
Days is it planning?
This one also will try to get up to here and position itself in a good position to try and help the beholder. That's where they end their turn. Now the beholder at the end of the goblins is going to look and see its targets, what it can aim for. It can barely see Valindra, just on the edge. So, Valindra, unsure of where it's going to fire, it's now firing off to the side. You'll have to readjust your mirror at that last second. So, for the first point, we're going to see what it rolls at you. If there's anything that it can actually be deflecting from you. So it is a 4. Alright, that's a slow race. So, as it comes around, you can see that just at the last second, the goblin, ding-dong, reflects it to you. Go ahead and make first a dexterity saving throw for your actual mirror.
20.
Alright, where would you like to direct it?
I want to direct it back to the beholder.
The ogre's
I
kind of
can.
in the way at that point.
Right, but can I like send it back to the goblin holding the mirror and then have it like bounce? Well, like bounce back?
No, you wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, that'd be too hard
Well,
to do.
then I'll just hit the ogre.
All right, the ogre you can absolutely do. The ogre is affected by slow.
He speaks even slower.
Well, actually, the ogre makes a dex save. I'm pretty sure it'll fail. Yes, it absolutely fails. Yeah, so yeah,
pretty good on their decks.
the ogre is just slowed by this.
It goes back in time.
That's so. All right, Rook, what are you doing?
All right, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and take aim at the fellow who's still hucking javelins at me and try to shoot him again.
All right, go ahead and fire.
Alrighty.
I'm sure you'll hit, unless you were like yeah, that hits.
Smokey, you're not dead, are you?
All right, and that'll
Just
be pretty low, unfortunately. 31 points of damage.
That's more than enough. As the ogre takes a second bolt right to the other side of the rib cage, penetrating it. It had trouble breathing, but this time it just can't hold it in as it begins to crumple. It just lays there, slowly dying.
Pneumothorax, bitch.
Perfect. And then I'm going to use my movement to move 15 feet slowly across here.
Okay.
And a bonus action to shoot at this goblin there.
Sure. Fire away.
Keep you.
Ooh, that just hits.
For 22 points of damage.
Ooh. As from...
Unless I'm affected by its anti-magic ray, in which case it'd just be 10.
Nope.
Perfect.
And you definitely see that from behind, the goblin wasn't expecting an attack. It just... and falls down as the arrow is lodged straight into its spine. And that's your turn?
And that'll be my turn.
All right, at the end of your turn, you can see that as you emerge from the shadows, he sees you take out his goblin. He's just like... and then shoots out another beam at you, Rook.
Okay.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. I love these. Nope.
You are feared. As you can see, you incurred the wrath of this beholder once more. You are frightened of it, and it is now bringing terror to you. Victor, you are stone. Smokey, what are you doing? No one's greater restoration to you yet. That's okay, though.
Yeah. Smokey stands up. How mad is he? He just got freaking disintegrated. Fuck this. All right. He is going to come around here, peek, see if the eye is on him.
It is not.
Where is the eye looking?
Towards Rook.
Please don't stay there.
Can it be? Is it looking like kind of up?
No, straight at him.
Okay.
Please don't stay there.
I'm not my entire turn. No, but I am gonna cast fucking Sunbeam at it.
Ooh.
Constitution saving throw DC 17.
All right, it makes its con save.
Ooh.
And its con has a nothing. It just gets a +4. All right. Okay.
God damn it.
It takes half the damage, I guess?
It takes half damage.
And is not blinded.
Blinded.
All right, so it takes 10 radiant damage as you suddenly from the side give it a nasty searing sunbeam burn on the side of its body as it leaves a nasty bubbling blistered scar across its form.
Then Smokey's gonna move a little bit more to jump in the hole.
All right, as you go down into the hole, you find that you suddenly emerge here. With you being able to move and direct yourself, you're kind of using the sliding motion as you feel yourself go down and roller coaster up with the momentum. Where do you want to land?
So that's 10 feet of movement. I'll land here.
All right.
And I will try to jump back in again.
Okay, as you're just like...
Nope, don't like
it. Roll a d6.
Don't roll a 5. Roll like a 1.
You appear next to Varkesh. Where do you want to appear on that side?
Okay, I'll appear over here.
Okay, as you floop, appear on the other side. Varkesh, Smokey, just...
And I have a little more movement left to just die. And I'm gonna go.
Buddy.
You know what? Smokey's gonna go. We're gonna keep ourselves separate. I'll activate my Phenon Agility since I got it back when I took a fucking nap for a turn. And I'm gonna go back here.
Okay.
A real bad time
getting away as you can be, ducking as hard and as fast as you can out of the sight of the beholder. You move over there. Now, the beholder at the end of your turn is going to fire another ray at Rook.
Oh, I love it.
So, 7. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm great at these.
And Rook, as he stands there with his fear trembling there, you just see him just go, and falls asleep.
God, fucking sleep.
Go night night.
Nap time.
Go night night.
Ogre's turn.
Wait,
Ogre be slow. Ogre gonna just try to go towards Valindra. Its last command was to take out the Valindra.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
Alright, you take 10 bludgeoning damage as the glove just kind of gets at the last second. You were focused and you're like, ha ha ha, take that. No! A little bit of impact from above. But that's all it does. The other one be dead. Varkesh.
Okay, I'm still holding this 5-gallon cask of lamp oil, by the way. So, seeing as I'm holding it, can throwing it be a bonus action?
No, it would be an action to throw. It'd be like an attack, throwing an item.
Damn it. This really fucking sucks. This just ruined my whole game plan.
You have Victor in the middle, who is stone. Valindra,
Yes, I know, but I really can't fucking get to him within the turn, and I need to do something useful.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
You could try the pit.
14.
Yes, with a 14, you would have at least seen at least one of the patterns emerge. Any of the holes in the outside re-emerge at the center, but the center emerges random on the outer edge.
I guess I will opt out of doing some powerful damage to this thing to save Victor.
I did notice that.
Down I go.
All right, in you go. Where do you want to emerge from the center?
Right next to Victor.
Easy enough. You just go down, Dragon Ball, whoop, pop out.
Da-da-da. Goku this shit.
No, that's me. I'm doing Kamehamehas right now.
Okay, so with that, I will Greater Resto the kitty cat.
All right. With your 5th level
This is
spell
how I
burned, you reach down and you push the energy inside as suddenly the stone recedes and Fur once more is in your hand and you can feel him come back to life.
Quick question. With a bonus action, seeing as you allow me to grapple as the rule, can I use that to pull him into the hole with me so we go back down to the...
Yeah, with the Greater
space?
Restoration, because you have to touch him, so basically you can just hold on to him and just go, we're going in!
And in we go.
Here we go, kitty kitty.
Roll a d6 for me.
Oh, a d6.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, thank you, Varkesh. Where are we going?
You appear on the bottom right corner with Victor. Where do you want to appear from that pit?
Bottom right corner.
Yep.
This one.
I guess any side will do. Let Victor's choice.
North, south, east, west.
I've been frozen statue. I feel like I should be making choices right now.
We'll do a random. Roll a d4.
Yeah, wherever you want to pop out, buddy.
Right. 1d4.
Right where you are, on the top.
Okay, fair enough then.
Easy enough. So, taking Victor with you, you hold on to him as you bleed the energy in and fall back into the pit to hopefully emerge somewhere safe. Victor, re-emerge in darkness and you come out. Once more, back to yourself.
Oh, I was taking a bit of catnap.
I had to save the leader of the group.
Thank goodness we didn't do that other legend lore.
Thank you, Varkesh. I will make you proud, and it's my turn. Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh, yeah,
After Varkesh is the Beholder, and guess what he's gonna do? All right.
That last one's an issue.
Yes, I'm afraid he is going to fire that one at Rook.
Oh boy.
No!
Yes, so he's going to shoot
God.
Rook with the Death Ray.
He's gonna die!
This one is 10d10.
Oh boy.
Wow.
He's gonna
First one.
die!
Is there a save?
15? No, because he is asleep.
Oh, he's...
Yeah, he's fucking slept, I know, but then the
It's
second
an
one?
abysmal damage roll.
33.
Okay,
So that is a total of
48.
48 damage that you take. Necrotic. Not enough to kill you.
Would invasion be in effect right now?
No, because you
You're
are
asleep.
completely unconscious. As
From
it
a
takes
mechanic
advantage
standpoint,
and
not a reason standpoint here.
it shoots you with a nice zap as it goes right into you.
Cool.
You can feel a sudden loss of life. A very similar sensation that Valindra also experienced recently. Terrible, terrible feeling. The other one
Wow.
Well, the plus side, I'm awake now.
I need
There's that.
Varkesh to make a dexterity saving throw.
You've made some of them.
Come on, dude. Oh, God.
All right. You
Not
feel
this one.
suddenly this impact go on from behind, and suddenly you feel yourself get slower, and there's a stone-like feeling to your scales and skin.
Oh,
You
no.
are beginning to petrify. All right.
And you're our biggest person.
And the last one
The only healer.
goes towards Rook again. As another...
God damn it!
This is going to be an enervation ray. But you did wake up from that sudden impact, so make a constitution saving throw for me.
Bollocks.
Okay. Constitution save. Real low.
Okay, you take the damage. So, you are going to take a 8d8. But, since you are conscious and evasive... You are...
Only counts on deck saves. This
Oh,
is gonna
good
be-
point. It is a con. I'm sorry. So you will take the full 37 points
I'm
of damage.
unconscious.
All right.
Oh, God.
The order mattered.
The order mattered. No.
We don't need zombie Rook.
So, Valindra, what do you wish to do? Oh, by the way, sorry, he moves. He's going to go down, and then
Just a reminder, we all have health potions split between us.
and he's going to reemerge there as he falls down with gravity, letting it carry him down as he tumbles and emerges up and reactivates his hovering.
Okay, well, I'm
This fucking thing.
gonna
So bad.
do the same thing I did last turn, and I'm gonna magic missile him
Okay.
at fourth level using my ring as the spell slot to
Yes.
All right, so
5,
10,
6,
13, 16,
1, 2,
18,
3, 4,
22,
5,
26,
6.
29, 31, 33, 32, 35, 39 points of damage.
Jesus.
This motherfucker dead.
That
yet.
is very nice. Nope, not even close. So you
You
definitely...
haven't damaged it.
You definitely get to the point that you are the Victor's done some, but you definitely see the impact of the
damaged
missiles.
it pretty good
Yeah, you
last
did.
time.
And this
But you're the only
second,
one.
the second impact
Victor had
really
it.
makes a nice, nasty, once more peppering of these wounds, these pock marks that grow from all the impacts and the necrotic hex that just bleeds out from it. It looks hurt. It is now starting to look rough.
Okay, and then I will move behind my ogre shield again because I like that. I
Love
like having him there.
Okay.
Have the shield.
it.
Yeah, and I'm readying the mirror again in case he fires something at me.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
all right.
That's all I got.
The last remaining goblin in the distance just walks up and around here and gets himself angled in a position and calls out for the beholder to fire at him. And as it looks in that direction, it shoots out towards Victor.
Okay.
All right, Victor, I need for you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I just brought him back. Leave him alone.
I'm hidden.
You are
Yeah,
fine.
boy.
When you hit it, it just like, no! You shrug it off.
Not today, sir.
The paralyzing ray has no effect on you. I need a death saving throw from Rook.
Alrighty. Should I DM whisper this? I think it'd be important to DM whisper it.
No!
Sure, you can DM whisper it. That's fine.
No!
I'm fine with
I'm gonna-
suspense.
I'm gonna watch the stream to see what you roll.
Let me remind myself what the command is for a DM whisper real quick.
Dash GM? I don't know.
I think
Give it a shot.
it's slash GM roll. Now you mention it.
Varkesh, I should not take
Oh,
that
thank you for
story
the
twice.
cheers. As we
I
cheer your
agree.
death roll, go for me.
There we go.
All right, what we got?
And there's my turn.
Okay,
Not a 20.
got it. And lucky for you, you see, this is the thing. I am sharing a player to the people. They can't see the GM rolls. So she cannot see it.
Worse.
She will never be able to see it.
love it.
So
Wow.
it is in absolute secret. If any GM thing needs to be whispered, it will be.
Damn it.
Victor.
God.
All right, so just for thematics, after I shrug this ridiculous ray off again, I will like do a quick little scurry around Varkesh, just like one little wrap around his neck real quick and just purr a little. And I'm gonna fly over this direction first,
Thanks for giving me the stone clap, by the way. Totally appreciate it.
Over this direction. Can I see the beholder now?
A PTD? Yes, you can see the beholder.
All right, cool. Can I see which way he's looking?
He is kind of looking.
He's focused this
more
direction, right?
Actually, to Valindra, really.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We're gonna fly back over to this guy again, and we're just gonna go unleash hits of craziness.
All right, as you wing boots, moving on with your monk speed, you make yourself right towards the back of the creature. Go ahead.
All right. First one with the quarterstaff flute.
Hits.
Stunning
8.
strike.
Oh,
Yeah.
stunning strike. All right, so he makes a con save, right?
Yeah. 14.
All right, so his con is
I think it's
right.
nothing.
It's a +4.
He
Nope, it's a +4. 8. He
fails.
fails.
Awesome.
Your next attacks are made
Awesome.
with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Crit him, crit him, crit
All
him.
Let's go ahead and use the unarmed strikes for these ones, just to bump the AC up a little bit.
That
20.
hits.
Cool. Flurry of blows.
Okay. Hits again. That will miss.
Can I use? Should I use my last luck point for that?
It's down to you.
Man, hold on to that, man. We're rolling a lot of saves.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes.
Yeah. I really kind of sort of wanna, but yeah, we're not gonna do that. And then
Stun is huge.
I'm just all right. It took me a little bit of fly to get over there, but I can use feline agility to get double speed on that. So up over there, I will fly up over in front of Rook and just kind of stand in front of him, just to be
Okay.
a kitty shield.
All right, and that's your turn.
Damn it, don't make me like
All
Victor
right.
again.
As the stun hits the creature, it kind of loses itself and whoom, falls down into the hole.
Oh, come on.
And just rolls around.
It's just gonna be.
And it pops out.
It's
I'm gonna roll a d4 to see which end it comes out on.
It's gonna mine.
All right.
Mine.
It comes out right there on the top.
Wait, I rolled a 1. It's next to me.
No, it rolled a 5, and then it rolled a
Oh.
1 on the compass roll to just kind of see it, and it landed right there.
Right.
It's now just kind of
What side of the hole? Right.
the north side of the hole. Yep.
Just whoop.
All right. Yeah. So that's it. Smokey, what you doing?
It moved. Damn it. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Let me get my stupid measuring tool out. There we go. Is that 60?
Yes.
Can I hit it?
Well, yes. What are you hitting it with?
I'm going to reuse my sunbeam.
Okay.
Yay.
Constitution
A
saving throw.
con saving throw from it.
Fail.
Terrible
Fail.
damage.
Does
Natural
stun
20.
do anything for that?
Oh yeah,
No,
it's stunned. Does it get?
No, not with Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, sadly.
Fuck.
It succeeds and takes
Stupid.
half.
Stun.
Freaking sunbeam. First time I get to cast a 6th level spell in this campaign.
I mean, for all the saves, he's doing nat 20s on only Smokey so far, so I don't know why.
I know.
Yeah. I use the rest of my movement to get behind the pillars. So
Okay,
that's-
getting behind the pillars.
yeah.
Moving out of the way. Alright. Oh, I forgot to make the wisdom saving throw for the ogre at the end of its turn to see if it shrugged off. Yeah, as if it will. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, yeah.
As if.
So the ogre is slowed, and it's still just gonna go and try to still hit Valindra. And 9 is gonna miss. And it's not really moving, it's just trying to hit the fast, tiny thing.
So, do you just like go? Just like slowly move off to the side as it comes down, like Spider-Man. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I need Varkesh to tell me what's going on.
Right.
Come on.
I am going to move here, and I'm going to be slow and steady while doing it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm having magical shit affecting me, correct?
Yes,
I'm
this will be
being
at the end of your turn, yeah.
Right. So what I'm going to do, seeing as this is in effect, I'm going to use my action to dispel magic on myself.
Ah, all right. What level are you casting it?
4.
4. You'll have to make a roll.
Come on, man.
It's a wisdom
So-
roll.
Oh, it's a wisdom. So wisdom's just a
Yeah,
wisdom.
Wisdom roll.
save.
Just a wisdom roll.
Okay.
2 chances.
Come on, man.
Because I do have forecaster.
I can't buy a inspiration point, can I?
Well, I mean, if anyone was just like wanting to at this point, maybe they could try. Kyle could technically, I suppose.
Yeah, because
I
Kyle's
don't
not
have
in this
enough
game.
points.
Damn it, Kyle!
I already spent it all, you people. Before.
I will say this, Kyle. Who do you want to favor? If you had an inspiration point, who would you give it to? Varkesh, Rook, Valindra, Smokey?
I mean, at this point, Barkesh is the only one who's been nice to me, so yeah, it would be him.
All right, I'll just say
Don't give me that face, Kayla. Don't give me that face.
for the control that I have, the next time I see Kyle get to 5,000, I will just take it away from him, and I'll allow
Fair.
Varkesh to get 1 inspiration point.
It's
like it.
5,000 to get an inspiration point.
It is. Oh, well, okay,
There
that's
you
still
go.
fine. That is a 19. You rolled a 19, not a wisdom save, but still.
Sorry, it's still same modifier.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a different modifier. It's
Plus
-4,
4,
but
23.
still, it's more
Right.
it's more than enough.
So
And you
I'm no longer turning to stone.
you do remove the magical effect that was somehow embedding on you to turn you to stone. Yeah.
Right now, Varkesh is 8'2". So with the illumination and looking past and over the top of this the base statue, because he most definitely would be able to, I am going to cast Healing Word at level 2 at Rook.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see him. He's on the corner between the pillar and the statue. You can see him.
Yep.
All right,
So
and
I'm
this is
going
a
to
level
cast-
2 with your feet allowing you to do the bonus action 2nd level or lower. You give him.
Yes. Wait, where is it?
Where's healing word?
There it is. I was just fucking blind there for a second. Sorry.
All right.
8. I mean,
You
it's pathetic, but
You
it's
heal
there.
for 8 as a
But it's something.
quick focus of magic focuses on you to get the spell to go away as you then send out the continuing magical energy as a quick action towards Rook, surging him with life as he blinks awake for the moment, looking around, seeing a tiny little Victor standing there, little guard.
Okay.
But my back is to you, so I don't even know if you're awake. I'm just guarding you because I'm a great leader.
Um.
Couldn't even
And-
say it.
You're
Seeing-
something. You're something, Kyle.
Oh, shit. Okay. And I'm gonna continue on my movement. So I was like 5, 10. I'm just gonna move. I think I can move here if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, you were just getting close enough to do the thing and then stepping back?
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
Next
then.
up is the Stunned Beholder. Which, let me double check. What does stun do exactly?
Stuns him.
The exact effect.
So,
It stuns him.
so a stunned creature cannot move and can speak.
baby.
Falteringly, they're incapacitated. Automatically fail strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have disadvantage. Incapacitated cannot take actions or reactions.
Great. All right. Yeah, he's
Thank
just
you,
there.
Kyle, by the way, for the inspiration.
Valindra, what you doing?
Well, I'm gonna mosey my little butt over here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him.
Okay. Hit.
Yeah!
Hell yeah!
Ooh. 10, 5, and 2 plus your hex. So
My
17, 21. Oh, so 27, 33. 33! 33 points of continuous damage from Valindra. How do you want to do this?
I know, success, Titan, I know.
Oh, God.
I'm going to come around this big old fat ugly ogre, and I'm gonna stretch my hand out, and I'm going to aim one blast at each of his eye stalks, and then I'm gonna send the last one straight through his big eye, and it's just gonna, like shoot out the back of his head.
Okay. With the 3 blasts going off, 1 to a stalk, 2 to a stalk, each one bursting an eye as it just wiggles around and gets shot away. Maybe it's trying to even defend itself from its core being impacted, but they go away, leaving the eye exposed as it stares at its death approaching, looking at the last image it will see of the half-bred Valindra, shooting out the death blow, penetrating the center of the eye, blowing out the pupil as the inside suddenly becomes encroached with necrotic damage as it just kind of wiggles and writhes and remains motionless.
Yay! He dead, yo.
He is dead.
Hell yeah.
You didn't lose your hex.
I didn't lose my hex. Oh, as my bonus action, I'm gonna move hex to the ogre that's in front of me.
Okay. All right.
Good round. Good play.
And it's gonna affect his strength. The end.
Yeah, strength. Great. All right. It's the goblin's
end.
turn.
There's this little goblin running.
All
Just
right.
going, shit.
Okay, the goblin's
Come
going to
here.
try this. It's going to go back there, jump in, reemerge.
Next to me.
Does it have a fucking potion or something? I swear to God.
It's going to reemerge whoop, right there,
In the center.
and it has one movement. It steps over to the beholder. It's,
Bonus action, incinerate.
as it goes towards it, it kind of coos out to it, just kind of hoping that it doesn't die, popping out a tiny little red vial and pouring it into the mouth.
Amazing.
Hey, this-
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
AJ!
Well,
Oh my god!
That's so
all right.
It's blind though, it has no eyes.
Well, it has two missing eyes.
This main one's gone though, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
I feel cheated.
y'all.
I love it.
Cheated.
You feel
You are cheated from that, Kayla. I will admit you were very cheated.
the enemies aren't all dead yet. Rook, what you doing?
Well, with that being the case here, I'm going to go ahead and get up. It's 15 feet of movement.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well.
There's another 10 feet of movement to bring it up to 25 movement used. That'll put it up to my full 30.
Uh-huh.
Let me back ranges here real quick.
God damn it, and I fucking moved hex. Fucking shit! Ah!
It only has 5 HP, y'all.
I'm so,
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
know,
bad.
I'll go ahead and bonus action dash to put myself right here.
Okay.
Kill
Take
it,
aim with the
meow.
beholder and fire at it.
Okay.
Good,
Kill
good,
it,
good,
right,
good,
kill it,
good.
right, meow.
That
26
hits.
to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Get the other goblin.
How do you want to do it?
That's, yeah, so with that being the case, I'm going to go ahead and just pump it right into the center eye stalk again.
All right. Continuing to add further injury to the previous wound, you definitely sink it in, and as it just comes back a little bit, its eye already bleeding and bloodied out, it just falls back as the goblin panics. It goes, "Oh!"
And I will use my last bit of movement here to continue my advance towards the goblin. And that'll end my turn.
All right, Victor, what you doing?
Meow, meow. Oof. Flying over here towards this big guy.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to unleash a kitty fury upon this beast.
Go right ahead.
Quarterstaff first. Meow, meow.
Oh.
Oh, I'm rolling with it. I don't know why. I'm
Well,
rolling
the
with
11
damage.
miss. Actually, I think the 11 hits.
Does it really?
Yeah, but I think that's a nat 1 for you, isn't it?
No, it's a 2.
Yeah, it's
2.
So
All right, so
two.
yeah, that hits.
Sweet. All right, so it takes 9 of that. Stunning strike.
Oh, okay, stunning strike with that one. All right. It makes the con save 16.
Fuck.
All right, it's not paralyzed. We're not stunned.
Cool. For advantage, I gotta get on the other side of this thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there any way that I can get up? This is a stalag.
it's a pillar that
Right,
goes to the
right.
ceiling.
height.
It's a
Right,
pillar. It's
yeah.
a cylinder pillar.
Can I just get up? Go ahead.
I learned a fun way to tell the difference. Stalagmites are on the ceiling because they might fall on you.
I thought
I-
it was the
I'm
stalactites
pretty sure it's
cling
the
tight to
opposite.
the ceiling.
I'm
Just
pretty.
kidding. I learned wrong. Won't be the
I'm
first
gonna
time it
just fly
happens.
over to the pillar.
Sure, getting that extra little bit of height flying up towards it. Sure, I'll give you advantage if you want to try and hit it on the back of the head.
Yep, I'm gonna kick it.
Just
Take it
don't,
1, 2.
don't roll a 1 and you'll hit.
Well, that
Yeah.
hits. Do you want to
Oh,
roll to
yeah.
see if you get a natural 20?
Sure.
Okay.
Pacow.
No.
Oh.
Stop it.
Stunning strike.
All right, it makes a con save a second time.
Yeah, it does. Meow meow.
5. It fails. As you do the second impact of 8.
Flurry of blows.
All right, they make it with advantage again. Sure.
Hota!
That hits. God, you rolled another nat 1, and that also hits. 15 in total. Just enough as you focus, and with the extra additional attack, kicking it to the side, you can see its mouth kind of go and undulate as teeth fly out. It's just kind of completely knocked out to the point that it is no longer there, and it collapses.
Cool. I will stand on top of it and just wink at Valindra as that's how it's done. That's it. That's my whole turn.
All right, Smokey.
I'm sorry. Did you say he winked at Valindra?
Yep. That's it. No words. Just turn my gaze towards that direction.
You said that's how it's done afterwards, right?
Just for her to. I should probably say it.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast Victor.
Yeah. That's
all right, Smokey, what you doing?
Smokey, he can't see any of this, so he's just been psyching himself up. He runs around and he's like, "Oh, come on!" He just lifts up his glowing paw with the sunlight and just spitefully flings it at the goblin.
All right.
Yeah.
So the goblin will make a
pass.
con save. Oh, 17.
Wow.
But yeah, half is going to be still 17 or something.
17.
Yeah, okay, that's still enough to kill it. So the goblin, just as it looks down, crying, it sees the thing. It gets out of the way just as it tries to. It just goes,
No.
It completely disintegrates the goblin as just a hand is trying to get out, and it just lands on the ground. Half of it got out, but the rest of it just kind of gone.
Amazing.
Yeah, Smokey just runs out. Is everyone okay? Farkash? Everyone?
Oh, what happened while I was asleep? Oh, that hurt worse than I think anything I've ever experienced in my life.
I'm gonna go over to Rook and start Healy Juju.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Varkash.
You are welcome.
Smokey or Varkesh, do either of you have any spells to contact Lulu?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you try to contact her, given what we saw? I think it might have happened over Trilak, and I want to make sure that...
Oh, that big red thing.
Yeah, I want to make sure she's okay. I want to make sure...
I'm pretty sure she was headed to Bylock, but I'll give it a try. I'll cast Sending.
Okay.
He's one of my 3rd levels.
She may not have been able to leave Trilak yet, depending on circumstances.
She looked like she was on a mission. So I will. I'll say, Lulu, we just saw what happened to Trilak.
Trilak?
Trilak? What?
Yes, Trilak.
He came from Trilak. She
happened.
was heading to Bylock.
God fucking damn it.
24 hit.
To Trilak, are you okay? Did you make it out all right? Let me know, please.
All right. So as you send the message out, waiting for a response to come back to you. Darlings, I'm all right. That was terrifying. It's gone. Darlings, it's gone. The whole city, it's gone. I can't explain it. It's just been erased.
Oh dear.
That's all you hear. Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Smokey shares that.
Okay.
Probably as manically.
Trilak's gone?
It's been what?
To use her words, it's been erased.
Erased like how? Like...
I mean,
what?
There's this new invention. It's kind of like a little rubber thing that you can just sort of...
Oh, God.
Way to make light of that one. Sure, go on.
But anyway, so yeah, hopefully the dragon was gone and your family's not there. Most of them. Your parents.
I don't...
Yes, but there were other people in that... Well, this is not good.
Wait a minute.
Whether we intended to or not, we're responsible for this circumstance.
What?
How?
Hold on a minute.
We are the trigger, whether we believe it or not. It is not going to look
erased.
good to these people that we just got off of horrific criminal charges from.
Wait, you think they're gonna think that we just you guys got discharged and then just as a lark, we destroy the city.
Nuked the city.
Well, they certainly weren't very willing to listen to us before until we brought in the dragon head.
Farkhead, Rook, that's ridiculous.
I have
What?
no faith in the legal system any longer.
Will you
You're a criminal!
It's definitely something to consider. It does look suspicious that as soon as we leave, the city suddenly got destroyed.
go to the dragon?
I don't really think it did, because we all watched whatever the fuck that was in the sky come from a very far distance and just straight on over.
Well, it sounded a lot like what Varkesh saw, the 5 pillars in the star, only instead of white light, it was red.
Yes, initial panic response aside, yes, we certainly would not have had the means to make something like that happen. Well, this is not good, though. That's a lot of people who are just gone now. And Rook kind of sits down, shell-shocked.
I run over to Victor and pick him up and squeeze hug him again. Go, my friend, I thought you were going to be granite for the rest of my life.
I just feel like this is a moment, whenever you pick him up, it's like a squeaky toy. It's like every time you do like...
So when you pick me up, I'm covered in all kinds of goo because I just went around to all the bad guys and stabbed them in the fucking head.
He's just like, die!
I'm gonna come back around kind of filled with goo as you pick me up and be like, what did I miss? Why are you all like half crying? What's wrong?
Trilac's gone.
Victor, you stab everything?
Yeah, all of it.
All of it?
Victor, you stab everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
I literally went around to every single thing.
Okay.
I even moved my tokens around.
Okay,
Like,
that's fine. So yeah, when you get to the beholder and you stab it, it does wriggle a bit, and it just kind of goes.
Oh god, we're in undead zone.
Wait,
everyone hold that thought. This big clunky thing with all the eyeballs is not. Kick it again.
Wait, it's only mostly dead?
Okay.
Wait. Turn undead.
Just make your attacks for me real quick.
All right. So I stab it first, and then I'm gonna kick it because I have a short sword. Yeah. I'm gonna stab it.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, and then do a
Of
kick
all
for
the
me.
times to do that.
And do a kick for me real quick.
All right.
Nice.
Jesus.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So the first one stabs, nasty, terrible thing, and you just kind of see it wriggling. And then Varkesh, you do what?
I do Wall of Flames, and I'm going to cremate this fucker.
Okay. Yep. At that point, you can see that it was making its death saving throws. It wasn't quite yet dead. It was barely hanging on to 0 hit points. You came in, nat 20'd it. That thing was just now on the edge of death's door. A fire flame just comes up around it, and it just begins to sizzle and cook
As I'm
it.
about to stab it again, Varkesh lights on fire. Like, oh, okay, well, lead with that next time. That's fine.
That's fine.
Good.
But you were having a moment. I didn't want to ruin it.
All right.
Did you see that time I stabbed it when it was already dead? That was
We're
amazing.
having a moment already!
That was pretty boss, Victor. I mean, that's very leadership material.
All right, making sure, right? And then you'll come through and finish the job. So,
Absolutely, boss.
very good. As now you're holding me and squeezing me. So wait, you're saying Trilec is gone, as in
Perfect.
we just left there not even a couple hours ago.
You saw that red stuff come out of the sky? Create a dome?
Yeah, what was that?
I mean, I think that it sounded a whole lot like whatever happened to this place, only as opposed to white light magic, it was red, bad juju magic.
And much, much larger.
Was it?
I would
Well, it
think
took
so,
out a
the
city.
entire city.
You
Yeah.
do
This
know
is a
that this
several
crater is
mile-
about a couple miles in diameter.
Well, fair enough.
Well, maybe not then.
So,
Yeah, bad stuff.
Valindra, are you all right? Are you okay?
No, Victor. No, I'm not all right. I'm not okay. I was accused of treason, and we had to deal with all that, and then we left the city, and then the city got destroyed, and I gotta find a fucking ring in this huge mess, and I don't even know where to start. And then we gotta get to Alniel and still clear our names, which might be more difficult now. There's a lot going on here.
Okay.
Well, when you say it
Deep
like
breaths.
that, yeah, that is a lot, yeah.
One thing at a time. We can't do anything about the city. Let's find that ring.
Yeah.
Already working on it.
Oh,
Varkesh.
locate object?
Yes, I'm not fucking wasting any more time down here.
Okay. With you activating locate object, you get a ping. It's behind you.
Ping! It's behind me.
You look,
There.
and you can see it's the statue.
It's the statue.
Analyzing the statue a bit more carefully, now that you're not in the chaos of combat, you can see that what it appears to be is a monument, an immortalization of what it was the last encounter. To the left, you can see a hero, a female with long golden hair, in a sense. This is all made of stone, though. Just held up in a way that looks to be kind of like trying to raise a very large, glorious kind of created hammer mace to the back. Above, you can see the billowing capes that have been raised up to form this looming lich figure that is hovering above. You notice that you knocked off quite a bit of some of the head of the lich as well as one of the hands, but one has a finger pointing straight at her. On the finger is the ring. You're gonna try and take
it! Smokey yells out as well.
Okay. Let's make two dexes there. Let's have a Valinder dex and a Smokey dex. Who says and does what first?
Love it.
God, don't you have
I'm
mage hand
horrible at
too?
dex saves, so.
Ooh. Well, it's still nat one. Maybe
this
you
is
both nat
okay.
one.
Close.
That close. Very close.
Fucking hell.
So, you just at the last second, as you're about to grip it, you hear him say that.
Gee, I'll use mage hand, sorry.
Great!
Hand and grab it.
Okay.
Great idea!
The mage hand isn't strong enough to pry it off.
Now what?
I could chip it off and put it in a metal box.
Rook, can you shoot it off?
I can try.
I can just Eldritch blast it off.
And that's maybe better.
I don't want you to come in any contact with it.
How about I make a box
I'll
first,
go
and then we
sit
can...
in a corner and think about what I've done.
You killed a beholder. That was amazing. And I'm gonna go...
Okay.
Blunder will come off and sit down.
Here, allow me. I'll reach into my pack and pull out a adamantine bolt and shoot at the hand, trying to knock it off the statue.
Sure, make an attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
With adamantine?
It's because you are aiming at a specific target.
Oh, fair enough.
16 to hit.
That will not break the stone. It just ding.
What if I stand behind it and flank it?
That's why I love you, Victor.
You know what?
Thinking ahead.
Oh God.
You know what? Here, let's do it this way. Varkesh, can you lift me up a little bit? I'll just chop it off with my rapier. Would be
Sure
easy.
thing.
There.
I will go over and I will give Rook a leg up.
Giving him upsies. Go ahead and make your attack again. 17 will not do it.
Oh, for the love of Christ.
I will continue swinging until I hit it.
Sure,
then.
keep going.
Smokey's
That does
looking
it.
for a
No,
plot
that's
for-
not one. I'm sorry. That misses.
Wait,
That misses.
That's the wrong one there. One moment.
Come on, Rook, you can do it.
Misses,
Just-
misses,
just
misses.
hit the hand, man.
There, that does it.
Hit the
Okay.
hand.
Oh my god.
So,
It's right there.
there's an
Time's the charm.
there's an extreme amount of dig, 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 dig.
It's like all the rest of the statue's gone, just this hand is levitating.
No, but you
Middle
do
finger.
eventually break past the 20 AC for it, and you do break it off.
And I will spend an hour with some spare metal I have in my bag to make a container for it. And when it's done, I'll use some tongs from my blacksmithing set and just pick it up and put it in the box, close it.
Okay, so that's what you're going to be
We
doing.
couldn't
from
hear you there,
now.
Connor.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just randomly cut out.
Smokey's looking for a plaque if there is one.
There is no plaque. The statue itself just seems to be a standalone monument, something that was created as if to honor something.
Class of 72.
But if you wanted to, you can make an investigation check to look around the chambers.
Donated by the Shriners. 1972.
Okay, so as Varkesh is focusing, probably pulling some of the metal from the nearby spikes that have been embedded into the ground, using them to create a metal container, you investigate the chambers. Valindra keeping to herself, just sitting down and catching her breath. You are the one who looks around and can see that many of the things that have been embedded and put into here are pieces from the battle from long ago. You can see lots of different weaponry as well as other things that have been crudely made and shaped to try and form them into some kind of oddly placed kind of barrier as well as like a continual shrine. It's almost as if they were placed in a way to give some kind of like resemblance to a battlefield, as if something had fallen and just created this grave, this mass grave. As you inspect and look around, you can see that even some of these here have bodies, pieces of either soldiers from the undead side or from the human side, all scattered around in the room in these different locations. Eventually, taking your time, you do come across something interesting. As you look down at it and start to dig it out a little bit, you can see what appears to be a rod. White-like, dull.
I think I have identified. I do. I will. I'll try and touch it.
Okay, I mean, yes, you touch it.
Okay. And then I will.
Successful touch.
I touch it for longer, and since Varkesh is doing his thing, I'll ritual cast identify.
All right, so.
And I'll also be looking to recover my crossbow bolts as much as I can.
Investigation check.
So Smokey's just doing this for 10 minutes. God, oh God.
You easily recover half of them.
Okay. Is the adamantine bolt in that number?
Sure.
Cool.
Now, as you are focusing on this item, and you begin to kind of understand it, I want you to make, first for me, an Arcana check real quick.
Arcana.
That's a natural 4.
Okay. Understanding the full nature of it and how it's used eludes you, but you do understand the properties of this particular rod, aka what it can do. This is a depleted Rod of Absorption. It has been completely negated of all of its spell slots inside. It is useless and mundane at this time, but you would know that it is capable of expelling and using what appears to be a stored source of magic if there was any spell cast upon it. But at the moment, it is useless, and you don't understand how it could have been adapted or worked. So the use of it as a tool, you don't know.
I will take it.
Sure.
Guys, I think I found one of the white shimmy things.
Oh, white shimmy things?
Yeah, you know, the things in Varkesh's vision, the 5 pillars.
Oh, yes, those.
This is it. One of them.
That's odd. I guess it is magical. It would last this long. I wonder if perhaps that was carried by the champion that ended up fighting Draken.
No. Remember, this is one of the ones that the 5 that were surrounding them, she was just using like a weapon and a cape and all that stuff. They used 5 of them to surround them.
Yeah,
then why is it in the center and not towards the outside?
You've all been talking about this thing that's happened here. I'm very confused and lost at what you're all talking about.
So yes, why is it not towards the outside then?
Now he's gonna cue Victor in.
All right. Okay.
Well, Victor, you've heard of Draken the Black, one of the Lich Kings?
Here, there, everywhere. Yep, okay.
So this is where he was defeated.
Oh.
And, yeah, hence all the undead paraphernalia.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to get a vision, and we saw how it was done. It was done by using this and 4 other similar rods, and using a huge amount of magical energy, as well as one female hero who was basically distracting him, keeping him in place. They sucked up the Draken and the hero and his entire undead horde into this effect. And that's how they got rid of him.
That's a wicked cool story. Where did you hear this?
From Big Blue.
Oh. I must not have been around for this story.
I mean, it sounded more believable if I said it. But...
Yeah, right, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, well, all right. I got the gist of it. Can I look at this rod and use Artificer's Lore to make a history check to double my proficiency to look at it? To the DM?
Sure. Go ahead and you can do that, yes.
Sweet.
Do better than my 4.
So proficiency is 4, so this will be a +8 because my history is a 0.
Ooh.
God.
So
Big success.
that's super fun.
Good roll high.
18.
So 18 total.
You do know that after understanding a bit of some of the things that have been talked about, stories that were mentioned, yes, there were rods that were used in the battle, and they were somehow affiliated with what appeared to have been the means to try and eradicate Draken the Black. That is the best you know. The history of it is absolutely true. Yes, this is definitely one of those rods that was described in the stories.
Cool. But no, we're not getting any pulses of this thing still having any juice to it.
No juice. The Identify would tell you it is mundane at this point. It has no more. All right, Varkesh, are you analyzing it with an Arcana check?
There's a nod.
Okay. All right.
And I have so with advantage because I'm proficient in Arcana?
Well, I mean, it's 15 either way. So
fair enough.
15 is what you needed.
I was trying to worm an advantage. That just so I can say roll again.
No,
I was going to say that was an accidental roll just in case in the balloon.
No, 15 is the DC. Smokey was very I assumed he would have gotten it, but God didn't. Either way,
You'd think.
Yes. So Varkesh, after holding it and analyzing it for a little bit longer, you understand a bit more of what it is, and be able to have it in your hand. You understand it fundamentally even better. This is something that, because of your particular nature and ability to craft, you would recognize and realize that this particular object is something that some of the rare few people have the skills to be able to make. You are one of those who perhaps might have the chance to do this. If you understood it and studied it, having it with you, an actual rod to look at and analyze and study, you get a better understanding of it as you look at the tracing, the arcane runes, the metal, the feel, the way that it's been handled. Understanding how its function begins allows you to perhaps create a duplicate. With this Arcana check, not only do you understand how a Rod of Absorption works and that this one is depleted, but you also understand what it was used and how they used it to get rid of Draken. In order to completely seal him, they knew that the only way to do so was to try and embed as much magic as they could and to use it with the strength that they could muster into a total of 5. From the 5, with full spells embedded into them, it allowed it to release the energy and to banish him and remove him from existence, trying to almost erase him from history. They were successful in this, they believed. And at the time, you do know that with one of these, it has the power of 50 spell slots, so it is a strong weapon, but it needs to be reforged, or no one needs to be made. But
it's a lot for a 15.
You understand it now.
Yeah.
You understand it and actually have something in your hand. You could maybe make another.
I could potentially make more of these. One for each of us. I think this is the best way of actually destroying him.
Oh, that would be a lot.
Are we sure he's back? I mean, that's what
remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a separate check. Okay, with some of the pieces put together, you can both make Arcana. Well, technically, Valindra can make this with advantage. You two can make it flat.
Okay.
Arcana check?
Yes.
Don't do worse.
Ooh!
Oh, shit.
Valindra.
Fuck me.
Yeah, she's just like stick in the dirt right now. She's just like, fuck. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just like jabbing my sword into pieces of the rock.
Varkesh, you can make another one if you want.
Oh, an Arcana check?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Give it a go as you go.
Smokey knows all.
All right.
A little bit worse.
Sadly, Varkesh doesn't really understand how it can be expanded upon further. But Smokey, Nat 20 allows you to have enough of an insight to finally have puzzle pieces click. You realize that this particular rod was a means to be able to take magical energy and use it in a burst to create a kind of a way to stop something, to remove it from the material plane. But you know that the energy that you used in this one would have been something from like arcane energy and magic. But as you analyze it and think about it and look and compare it between the two, it's when Varkesh described the story, it did match what happened, what you saw in the distance, the red kind of pentagram. Thinking about it, analyzing and putting it together, you understand that perhaps almost kind of like a mirrored image of the ritual, a inverse of it, must have been used somewhere in Trilak to allow it to occur, which means that there must have been 5 rods that would have been used, embedded in the ground specifically by 5 individuals. Those 5 individuals, you suddenly kind of think for a second, wait a minute. You turn, your eyes glance at Valindra, You look at her and think for a second, and you remember there was another rod. This one is kept sealed safe inside a lead box. But then you think on your person, but then you think about this. Maybe there was more than just Valindra. And you think about what Valindra used the rod for. Absorbing something of a similar nature and power. Perhaps those who succeeded in doing so were able to take their own rods, aligned with Draken's purpose and guidance, might have taken them and unleashed it and used its power to absorb and release the energies trapped not only inside them, but also those of the city.
He just absorbed an entire city of souls.
So
That's a heavy lunch.
Yeah, quick question here for everyone. The story that you tell before, Varkesh, do you know who make the rods before and does the casting of this?
We have one right here. Is there a little insignia?
It's like
Does it have someone's name on it? Like...
Made in Trilak.
There is no name to it, sadly.
Could I still make maybe an educated guess because it is within my field?
Elven versus Dwarven versus...
Oh, like who might have been the crafter of this?
Yeah, like maybe...
Make a history check.
Yeah, with advantage because it's in my field?
No, this is just a history check.
Son of a bitch!
Come on, buddy. You can do it.
You've gotten lucky.
Come on.
15, not bad.
You don't know the name, but you're pretty darn sure, just from the legends and talk, the folk stories that you hear, it was one of the 5. One of the 5 great heroes who worked to banish him.
So one of them made it?
Yes, and you have met one of them.
Beg pardon?
I will not tell you who, though.
Was it the one that had the sexual restraining order put against me?
No.
No, that was a nobody.
Could have been a hero in disguise.
But you have something to think about. But at this time, the revelation that is brought to Smokey, allowing him to begin to connect the pieces, having them start to form in line in his head, he realizes that Valindra's initial goal, though she turned away from it, was somehow succeeded in another way. And perhaps something worse is rising in the south. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight, as you guys have made some interesting discoveries, as well as successfully not only killing a beholder, but making sure he doesn't save his death saves and come back perhaps later on.
I know what I'm going to be making.
Oh, Lord.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Congratulations, guys, and excellent
Thanks for
job.
joining us, Kyle.
Yes, thank you, Kyle, for being
I know
Victor.
we all hated on you, but we love you and we miss you.
We love you. Our characters just hate your character.
Our characters are bitter, especially because you have made no attempts to be nice to us since coming back.
A little bit, you know.
No.
Protecting Rock and killing.
You mean
ogre.
protecting your reputation and conveying these criminals.
Protecting my team. That's right. You got it. Protecting.
No.
I believed in Victor every step of the way.
God, Valindra's extremely pissed right now. She's not in a good place.
But yes,
super fun.
Excellent job moving in. And by the way, lucky for you, this wasn't its lair. It could have happened even worse. So, fortunately for you, you were able to do it in a place where it wasn't able to do that. Luckily, you guys not only succeeded, but we will see what happens as you take this information, digest it, and see what you can come from it next week. As we come back, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. Of course, check us out. And the more time you spend with us, the more you are accumulating inspiration points, which you can use to help these players out. As you can see, they kind of might have needed it, because 2 people nearly died, so...
Oh my god, our cleric was almost stoned, and we couldn't do anything about it.
Yep.
I'm so happy Dispel Magic fucking works.
And luckily for Kyle, we will take those points away from him as his little advance.
Major gratitude for... Yes, I know, Titan. Say thank you.
Truth be told, I think I bought one for everyone before, but Varkesh, I haven't done one for him yet, so he was probably next up on the list anyway.
He was
It
owed.
kind of makes sense.
All right. But thank you all for coming in and joining us, and we hope to see you again next week. Take care.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Titan.